Not the crock pot. Oh, hey, AJ. Yes. Okay, so listen. Happy MLK Day. Okay, happy MLK Day. Look at everybody here. Yes, I know some of you guys had a day off. So I'm happy that you guys have decided to spend your evenings with Dustin, Claudia, Blue, and myself. We have a jam-packed show. Okay, I'm gonna do a few shout outs, but we need to get right into it. I want you guys to, enjoy the rest of your evening. I want you guys to have a nightcap. I want you guys to, be under the sheets. I want you guys to have a good time. Okay, so I don't want to waste any more time. Dustin and Los on Patreon is everything. Yes. Thank you. Traders every Friday. A few announcements. I'm gonna bring in the clan. So my Married to Medicine recap with Dr. Heavily is on my Patreon. So after you guys watch us, because there ain't nothing on TV, go to my Patreon and catch Dr. Heavily and I recap Married to Medicine. She gave so much. Heavenly gave. This may have been our best episode. Heavenly was on fire. And if you saw the episode, you would know why, but Heavenly was on fire. Well, thank you. I'm glad. Tatiana. Thank you, baby. So go there. And while you're on Patreon and you're signing up, thank you. I've been exfoliating. Claudia has a joke, I'm sure, coming up next. Okay, so with that being said, we'll talk about that too, Nathaniel. Happy MLK Day. Okay, so Dustin and I, Traders Recap is on Patreon. That's every Friday. So every Friday is me and Dustin recapping Traders. Mondays is me and Heavenly recapping Married to Medicine. And if you guys haven't checked it out, please check out Blue to Looseman Eye as she does an astrology romance reading for all 12 signs. My girl did all 12 signs in under an hour. Okay? You do not want to miss that one. I was out this weekend, baby. The raindrops, even my personal friends were telling me how Blue clocked their signs. So you don't want to miss that. That's on my YouTube. Okay? So go on my YouTube for that. And then catch me on Claudia and Erica Cobb's podcast, Accidentally Informed, where we made an appearance. Well, I made an appearance on their podcast. Okay. All right. So that's it. All right. Ladies, gentlemen, gays and bays, I have a dream. And my dream is to always work with this trio. So give it up for Blue, Claudia, and Dustin.
Yay.
What's up, Raindrops? What's up,
Happy MLK Day, everybody.
That's right.
That's right. Hello.
Word to Coretta Scott King and her foam rollers. With that tuck, that under curl, that was a foam roller with a little bit of piece of bathroom tissue wrapped around it. And with that curl. So shout out to Coretta Scott King, baby. What's up, y'all? Los, you looking in your 20s, you look like you're 20-something. You look like you're in your 20s tonight, Carlos.
You do.
Do I? I mean, look, life is good. Claudia, shut the. Life is good. And
first of all, just because it's MLK Day, don't attack the girl that has a white parent. I feel very racially attacked. I feel ostracized. I'm an ally through and through. I'm still Black. I'm not one of those confused girls that think I'm other. So no, you're not. I didn't say anything. You told me to shut the fuck up. Damn.
I feel like Claudia is about to.
Well, I was just gonna say you can tell when someone just got some good sex because they start glowing like that.
Yeah.
No, actually, I've been taking more iron pills.
I think vitamin D.
I think it's vitamin D for real too.
Can be.
Wow.
Well, I was in the sun over the weekend, so that explains.
You're so
Whose son was it? Whose son was it? In the sun, huh? I'm sure you were. What was his name?
Oh yeah, you are good. Not S-O-N. I was talking about S-U-N.
Oh, of course. What did you think I meant?
Dustin, how has your weekend been so far?
I had a great weekend. I went on a good date this weekend. Had a good time. Like I had a good weekend.
Is it a first date or a second or third?
Like third.
Oh.
Not like that. We just, we be going out. So it was great.
Third date means something though.
See, okay, wait.
Here y'all, this is what I mean about people. Here y'all go peopling. You know what I'm saying?
No.
We just went out. This is the third time we went out and kicked it like that. Very, very wonderful person that I enjoy being around. So we went and hung out. Yeah.
Is he there right now?
Nah.
Is he gonna ring the doorbell at 8:45?
Nah, not mine. He might ring somebody's doorbell, but he ain't pushing. I almost said my apartment number.
Well,
he ain't pushing that one. I'll say that.
I'm sure if it's the third date, then he's probably exhausted and needs rest.
See, here goes Claudia trying
Yeah,
to
my
say
boy
I was
Justin-
doing what you was doing for real. Carlos really was doing that. You know what I'm saying? I just went out to eat. That's it. Carlos ate in.
So I didn't. So the thing though is, anyways, Blue, how was your weekend?
It wasn't like that. I'm so yeah. When I saw it, I was like, why does Carlos look extra rich today? And then Claudia cracked the face. He's very rich today, but it's the same glow. Direct deposits, dick. It's the same glow. Excuse me.
That's right. 1,000.
Damn. Well, he didn't say that wasn't it, so he ain't refuted nothing yet. Have y'all noticed that? He's been letting it pile on.
He's being coy and like not really trying to give too many details, kind of like how Phaedra was talking about her due date. You know what I'm saying? Like, I mean, don't want to get nailed down to a number or fact.
Listen, there's so much to celebrate on MLK Day. We have so much to talk about as well. First thing first, I want to say thank you to everybody. Belle Collective is not a franchise. We have a second city in Birmingham starring Stormy Steele.
Hell yeah.
Who is a multi-millionaire who has a multi-gazillion business, called Canvas Beauty. And it is definitely a show I cannot wait for you guys to watch. So that is coming out pretty soon. And sometime, later this year. And Belle Collective Jackson is back February 13th. So make sure you guys check that out.
I'm very excited. I can't wait. And I just told your ass that it was time for a new city and something. And the whole time you was over there sitting on a tuffet. You ain't tell me nothing. You had a whole new city tucked away.
Well, you heard something too, Dustin. You didn't tell me and tell both.
I can't say nothing backstage. I say one thing. You know,
I don't say anything.
Can I just shout out this weekend? I got to Jane Kennedy was in town and she had a book signing, and she is like spilling old legendary tea about Bill Cosby, how she was supposed to get credit for being one of the creators of the Cosby Show, and she was told she'd be Claire Huxtable, and that didn't happen. But she was really more upset about not getting the credit helped created by. Please go get her book. I got the book, Plain Jane. I got to go see her. She was here in Fort Worth. She looked gorgeous. She teared up talking about the industry and how she was ostracized and thrown away because, back then, her doing Playboy and not even getting naked, like the way they treat Black women didn't get any grace was just ridiculous. It's such, I cannot wait to read the book, but from what she talked about at the book signing, you got to check her out. And I Breakfast Club, Sherry Shepherd, everybody, please get her on your couch and interview this woman about her book. And she's finally telling a story. Carlos, we had that meeting with her years ago.
Yeah, in LA years ago at I forgot the name of the restaurant. Was it Boa or something?
Yeah, Boa. She seems in a much more comfortable place because she talked about the things she did not want in the film that we're talking to her. Remember we talking about her about doing a reality show. She seems like in a much more open place now. So I was like,
yeah. And the thing is, you're talking about Claudia playing her in
you favor her a lot.
Yep.
Yeah.
Like it's a lot.
Yeah, you've been talking about that for years. So this is something you're serious about.
She said of everybody that has asked her about it, that I look the most like her, but my heart is into it because I love her story. I feel like it's horrible how she got thrown away over a sex tape and sexy pictures with her husband and women nowadays and men get on that way. So something that makes a career now would totally break you back then. And such a trailblazer in media. Black women that are in media should know her story. So I have the utmost respect for Jane Kennedy.
100%. She could do OnlyFans now.
Oh my God.
That's a niche market, you know.
Sir, what we not about to do.
I was not expecting that reaction.
I mean, it's just a sexy picture, you know what I'm saying? That's it.
Absolutely not.
She put a 90 on. Her put a 90 on.
Listen, I'm trying to send her the clip, sir.
No, but Claudia, seriously. So Claudia and I had dinner with her. And Claudia looked so much like her. She could not have been more sweet, more kind. And I'm so proud that she decided to like continue with the book, because Claudia's right. She was very, and listen, rightfully so. She was very, what's the word, Claudia, I should use? Just not ready to
She was definitely shell shocked still, because she said once the negative news about her came out, every single booking called and said, "You're no longer invited to our city." They canceled everything, and she went into hiding. Which I think is so sad. So she's been in hiding. So I think she was very skittish at the time, right? Maybe that's the word for it. To get out there and
understandably so.
Yeah.
That kind of shit will fuck you up for a long time when you go have experiences like that. People just do you wrong in mass. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? That'll mess anybody up.
Yeah. But I'm glad she's finally telling it. So yeah, we had a meeting. It was actually, that 10-year challenge is right now. It was 10 years ago.
Oh, that was your 2016.
Okay. Yeah, it was. But anyways, that's the nice part of the show. We about to get shady, I'm sure.
Oh, well, listen, with all that being said, let's kick things off. Again, thank you all for, I do not take this for granted. Thank you all, Claudia, Dustin, and Blue, for being available on a holiday.
Thank you for having us, man.
So I'm grateful for the three of you always. And I'm grateful for the Raindrops who decided to tune in. We have 2,500 people live right now, and we're only been 10 minutes in. So let's get right into it, okay? We're going to talk about the Real Housewives of Potomac. I have very strong feelings about this episode, and I cannot wait to talk about it with my group. But first things first, we have to get into a reading session that happened. And no, I'm not talking about Reading Rainbow. I'm not talking about Reader's Digest. Okay. I am talking about Quad Webb, who shaded the fuck out of Gizelle Kobe Bryant on Watch What Happens live on Sunday night. So before I hear from the panel, let me tell the Raindrops exactly what happened. So as you all know, Robin Dixon and Gizelle Bryant have a podcast called Reasonably Shady. It's on the Black Effect Network. They're a family. Hi, y'all. Okay. So Robin and Gizelle were talking about the news that K. Michelle was allegedly joining the Real Housewives of Atlanta, and how Angel, formerly of Basketball Wives, was joining Married to Medicine. As we all know, they said some things. K. Michelle checked Robin, said all sorts of things about her, because Robin pretty much, and I'm paraphrasing, but Robin was pretty much saying how, like, they must be running out of people to cast a former Love and Hip Hop star. Gizelle said they must be rummaging and recycling when it came to her knowing that Angel from Basketball Wives was joining Married to Medicine. Quad and Gizelle were both the guests of Andy Cohen's show Sunday night. Quad decided to confront her head on live on television and pretty much told Gizelle that, "I heard what you said. I like you a lot. I love you, Boots. However, you made some comments about my show. Men lie, numbers don't lie. Married to Medicine is actually doing better than Potomac and Salt Lake City. And you did say some things about rummaging and recycling with Angel. Angel's a beautiful person." Gizelle said, "I didn't say that, Robin did." And she said, "If you have an issue with Robin, I'm not her." Quad said, "I know Robin, that's my sorrow. I know she is. Y'all don't even look alike. but I believe you did say it. Roll that beautiful bean footage. We did, and Quad actually, because we are journalists. Hey, Portia. Hey, Claudia. So as journalists, we did roll the beautiful bean footage, and Quad was right. Gizelle literally said what Quad said she said. I want to start with Blue. Blue, what were your thoughts when you saw all of that unfold?
When I saw it unfold, I could tell that Gizelle is so used to people coming at her sideways that direct communication confuses her. Because she was buffering. You could see a little circle around her head going in circles. And the fact that she threw Robin under the bus was bizarre to me because I thought that was your greed-eyed bandit. Like I thought that was your homegirl, your ace boon coon. And it just shows that Gizelle has an allegiance to just being for Gizelle. Giselle's worried about Gizelle. Anybody who tries to align with her, if it doesn't behoove her, she will throw you under the bus. I was actually for the first time felt bad for Robin for being scapegoated, and I don't think I would ever say that. Never thought those words would leave my lips, but I felt bad for Robin Dixon. So that took a lot. It made me even more obsessed with Quad though, because Quad leaned in. She was like, "I want you to smell my breath when I check you." She leaned, like she made sure that they were this close. Gizelle had to actually pull back. If you watch the body language, so Gizelle had to pull back because she was like, "I want you to see my eye whites when I check you on this." And when Gizelle lied, she was like, "That's fine. I know what I saw. You were involved. Tell them it was me." And I just think that Quad is right. Married to Medicine. I think that show doesn't get enough credit a lot of times in the Bravo verse because the housewives are seen as the top echelon, and Gizelle is so used to running circles around people because Karen Huger isn't there. And she might have forgotten what's happening in the other franchises. You don't mess with Miss Quad. There's receipts to tell you that you don't mess with Miss Quad. So I loved seeing Gizelle be reminded that she's not the queen of the world.
Claudia Jordan.
I like I like going straight to the source my damn self. I'm a very direct person. All the beating around the bush. That's why it's like it frustrates me when people don't. So I appreciate that. I think the conversation is like even the topic. It's not that big of a deal. Like shows do that, cross pollinate. It's not a big deal. And then I will say I think Potomac has probably done it the least. You know what I mean? Like Housewives has done it. Married to Medicine has definitely done it. But so what? Who cares? It's like it's a non-thing. Like whatever gives us a good show, I'm here for it. But I thought that was dope the way Quad did it. She gave her, I won't even say nice nasty because she was like, "I love you, but I'm gonna hold you accountable." And Gizelle did lie. You know, we can be nice on the low end. We can say that she forgot. On the high end, she was lying. You know what I mean? So you know, I don't know why you would do that when people can easily roll back the footage. So I think she was totally caught off guard. So she was like, I didn't say it, but to throw your girl on the bus, which she should have said if it was me. Like I have a terrible memory and I probably do say shady stuff. I would have said, we did say that. And here's why. You know what I mean? I think that's a better way of handling it because then who can fault you for that? Like you stood your ground. And she, of all people, knows, like with dealing with Angel this whole season, how much you can't stand when people don't stand their ground. And then for you to not, like she should have just said, yeah, I did say it. That would have been dope. But, you know, to say now she took an L on that one. She took an L for sure.
Dustin Ross. I don't know why I'm laughing already.
Man, look, I ain't even finna over intellectualize this shit. Quad checked the shit out of Gizelle right there on that Watch What Happens live stage. That was some old school back of the bus, outside of the schoolyard ass, you know, a nice little 1-2. She checked her real smooth, real church-like. It was very much like, you know, it was like she had a peppermint in her mouth at church while she was checking Gizelle. That's what it felt like. You know what I'm saying? Everybody knows Gizelle is the big dog over at Potomac, and we know that she's really not a quick-witted person. She's a confessional gangster, so to speak, or whatever the fuck they call it, but she's not one who can really get in the paint right there, person to person, face to face, and have a war of words. That's why Candace used to eat her alive every reunion. Y'all know how it's gonna go. Karen be tearing her up. Is Jamal coming? All that shit. You know, we haven't forgotten about none of that. So we just, I mean, unfortunately, like her arms was too short to box with Quad. You know what I'm saying? Quad straight up checked her. It was nice, nasty. Gizelle was embarrassed, which made it even funnier to watch and see. That's why she ended up throwing, you know, somebody got your ass on the ropes when you go to just giving up your friends and family. Like, fuck it, say take them, not me. You know what I'm saying? That's what happened because Quad literally had Gizelle on the ropes, head busted and swole up like Martin when Tommy Hearns had whooped his ass on that one episode. That's how Gizelle looked by the time that verbal exchange was over, and it was so good to watch. Quad is notorious for getting in that chair. She checked Kenya in that chair. She's checked a few people in that Watch What Happens Live chair. That's what Quad does. And the fact that she threw in the stats from the ratings or whatever, that was just twisting the knife. It was good to watch. Entertainment. I loved it. Quad tore her ass up. That's what happened.
Listen, I watched that clip so many times because look, I agree with all three of you guys. I like direct communication. You know, nothing makes me more annoyed than when you speak in your confessionals versus to the person's face. I hate subtle shade online. Like put a name on it. Yep. You know, the way Jada Waiter did this weekend. You know, that's a whole different. But hey Jada, hey Ari.
I said, did I stutter?
Right? Did I stutter?
Wow.
Hey, that's why my millennial and Zennial crew. Mm-hmm. But I love Quad because Quad, like Dustin said, Quad is somebody, and this is how I feel Quad feels. Quad has always said publicly, along with the other Married to Medicine cast members, they do feel like they are the esteemed stepchildren of the network. Not that the network did anything, right? It's more so of how Housewives, obviously, even today, is the biggest franchise in the world. It's an international show. Even if you've done that show 2 times, your celebrity skyrockets like no other, and it happens really fast. I've always said this, and I love all the shows, but I've said this for years, so this ain't no secret. Married to Medicine is the best show on Bravo. And I've always said that for years. I've always said it's the show that you guys aren't watching. You guys are watching it now. What Quad pointed out, obviously, was, listen, one week, Married to Medicine live day ratings did beat Potomac and Salt Lake City, right? So that's what she was referring to. A lot of people in the comments are asking what does she mean by that. She was referring to that particular week where it did happen. Married to Medicine has a lot to celebrate. And I think in Quad's defense, I think it's 2 things. One, you do get tired of people shading your show. And especially when it comes to Housewives, because Housewives is seen as the upper echelon esteemed show. It's the same reason why the 4 of us talked about K. Michelle joining the show and how people had this reaction to it, because people do look at Love and Hip Hop like it's a ratchet show. And let's be honest here, they think it's ratchet for several reasons. One of them.
I'm on it. It is.
I have a lot of friends on that show, Claudia. Yeah,
I work on it now too. It's ratchet. I'm not looking forward to Thursday. I got to do some ratchet. I'm like, I can't believe it's happening to me.
Oh my god,
what the hell happened?
You better. All I know is your glass better not miss. If they got you on that motherfucker throwing drinks and shit, you better connect with the glass, Claudia.
Duck, Claudia, duck.
That's all I know.
Oh no, I would not be the duck.
No,
Claudia, Ducky.
Yeah.
If I'm gonna do what I'm doing,
Claudia,
I'm gonna do the show. Okay.
Yep.
So
tune in on Wednesday.
Look, so in Quad's defense, I think a lot of it was he's tired of Married to Medicine being seen as second fiddle. And Angel in real life, Angel is really Quad's friend and has been her friend for almost a decade, if not more. They're really friends.
Oh, so that's what that was about. That makes perfect sense.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
That explains
it's sort
a
of
lot.
like if someone said anything about you 3, I'm not gonna sit there and not say anything if I'm next to the person.
Yo,
you know, like
so
yeah, like no one can shade Claudia Dustin and Blue in front of me. You know what I'm saying? Like me and Claudia talked about this how in the beginning, like, you got Claudia on? Yes, I do, and she will be here as long as she wants to. Like, I don't care what y'all gotta say about
so mad. What the fuck they be so mad? I'm cute, funny.
Well, no, but that's why me and you had a fun banter about it.
Ever. I mean, what's the hate?
No, but again,
I'm high, waist small. Yes, I'm bragging again. Go ahead. talk shit. Okay, sorry.
As you should.
Yeah.
So I'm with Quad. I'm always going to defend my friend. Now,
wait, Carlos. Let's stay in there for a second. I don't want to throw you off, but that makes perfect sense because I don't know if y'all watched that whole episode of Watch What Happens Live.
I did. Yeah.
But Quad was throwing shots at Gizelle the entire
episode.
Challenging, pushing back anything Gizelle said. Quad was pushing back against it. She was asking questions in response to shit that Gizelle was saying. She was giving Gizelle a hard time, literally. So that little piece of information you just gave us about the connection that Angel and Quad have makes so much sense now. Because I was just thinking, damn, Quad don't fuck with Gizelle at all. But now I know why. That makes perfect sense.
Yeah,
on her neck.
Yes, no, she actually likes Gizelle, but she wanted, and listen, that's why no one can make me mad at Quad for what she did, because if you feel some kind of way and that person's there, then you have every right to address it on the network in which both you guys are stars.
Hell yeah.
Right? So I didn't think Quad did anything wrong. Now, in Gizelle's defense, listen, like Claudia was alluding to earlier, when you have a podcast, you do say a bunch of stuff. And it is sometimes hard to remember I'll speak for myself. I share my podcast with a lot of people, right? So sometimes I may not remember exactly, but I've been confronted by Robin Dixon at a party. I've told that story. Mia Thornton confronted me. I've been confronted by... Who else raindrops? Because I told my raindrops. Long story short, I've been confronted by reality stars based on what I've said on this show or on my own or with other people. And ask anybody who knows me, I stand there and I listen and I take it. And I either feel the need to apologize if it's something that I felt was super shady, or I'm going to stand on business and say, I said what I said and keep it pushing. So I do think when it comes to the Married to Medicine ladies checked me. Simone checked me. I'm
not responding like that to whom it may concern. So before anybody say any motherfucking thing to me, I'm not responding the way Carlos do to any of that. And this ain't no dialogue. We offering commentary. I double down every goddamn week about the fact that what we're talking about ain't personal. You saying something to me in public is personal, and I'm gonna respond accordingly. So I ain't Carlos. I respect and love my brother, but don't say shit to me. I'm just like in public, because you're not gonna get a good response at all. It's gonna be bad for all of us.
It's gonna be like F you.
Everybody around, it's gonna be bad for all of us. You know what I'm saying? So just FYI.
We got the bail money, friend.
Yeah.
We got the bail money.
Just saying.
Check me once. But my point is, it has happened to me. I appreciate it when it's face to face, and we address it and we move on from it. So when it comes to Gizelle, I do believe Gizelle did not remember. I don't think she.
Yeah, I agree. I don't think she remembered.
I think she did not remember. So in Gizelle's defense, I think she was like, we all say shit. But look, Quad did the damn thing, and Quad, come get your baddie chain.
For real.
And sometimes when you're doing these shows, though, like the thing you think is gonna get the clicks and they're gonna get clipped doesn't get it, and then something that you just kind of said in passing. Because when I watched, it was kind of it wasn't like they didn't make a big deal about that. They kind of talked about it a little bit, and you're like kind of like, wait, what? But I do think the right response, and I think we said this earlier, should have been, I don't remember, or I did, instead of just immediately your default being to throw your bestie on the bus.
It's Robin.
That's the part.
Like, how Robin get in it? It's one thing not to remember. It's another thing to be like, oh, I do remember it was Robin. Like, just say you don't remember, but how did Robin just magically appear?
Right.
Yeah,
Robin should feel away over that.
Yeah,
Robin should feel away. Yeah,
you got me defending Robin Dixon, child. It's early. Let's go.
I'd have been mad if my co-host did that to me. Like, I would be like,
yo, Claudia, what the fuck?
Yeah, why you gotta say my name? Shit, I got enough.
I just woke up and it's fuck Robin. How I get it?
Hey, I got enough cancellations out there. I don't need you to add to it.
Yeah, that's true.
Robin seen them notifications at 2:15 p.m. when she got up. Y'all know she was like, "What the hell?"
It's like, Juan, come look at this.
Well, I will say that's going to make their next episode that they do interesting to watch to see if she has a little attitude towards her. If she
not. Robin don't give a fuck. She cool. I mean, Robin don't be tripping about shit like that. You know what I'm saying? She don't care. She don't care about nothing. The way K Michelle lit her ass up, called her a couch potato and shit when they was talking shit in the first place. And Robin didn't care, rolled off her back. That is one thing. Robin got thick skin. She does. She don't give a damn what they say about her.
We did Watch What Happens live together, and we went out to eat afterwards. And I didn't know much about her history, but she was cool to me, you know. Yep. But I know I see a lot of people have their very strong opinions on her, but that's admirable to not to let stuff like that roll off your back often, because that reality thing, that dragging it can hurt sometimes.
Yeah, but like Dustin said, it made for great entertainment. I was highly entertained by it. And look, I want to say for the record that I don't think there's any future beef between Quad and Gizelle. I think it happened. And I think it's sort of like they moved on from it. So listen, I thought it was fascinating. As we get into this episode of The Real Housewives of Potomac, this was a hard episode to watch.
Yeah.
Raindrops, let me know in the comments your thoughts on it. So listen, the episode jumped off with, Angel in the car, and she's talking to the girls, KK, and who else was in the car? It was KK.
Yeah. Being a follower.
Talking about the things that Monique was saying about her in regard to her marriage to Bobby, seeing the similarities. Angel said, she wants to be able to talk about it head on. And then from there, she didn't talk about it. But the thing is that, look, I like Angel a great deal. And I want to hear from you guys before we get into what happened on the PJ. When I saw Angel say she wasn't happy about it, and then she did not want to bring it up to Monique, Angel, in my opinion, this show just isn't for her. And this episode, and I'm going to say way more as we get into the other scenes, but I want to start by the first one. That moment really did show me that, look, this show has been on for 10 seasons, and I just don't feel like this show is for her. And I don't think these women are her women. And I think that's okay to say. But Claudia, your thoughts?
I actually found the episode, it was like, for entertainment, it was entertaining, but there was also some cringe moments, right? I 100% agree that this group is not for her. I won't go as far as I've said in the past and say she should never be on TV, not like that, because you guys have the whole Mercurial Mountain show that you guys want to do. But I do think it is painful. I just can't quit you. That's her attitude. I just can't quit the show when she should. It's getting painful to watch the abuse every week. And at this point, it is starting to feel that way. Yes, she contributes to it. But I do feel like the girls are definitely mean girls to her. And she also contributes to why they're mean girls to her. But at this point, like, I think it's going on too many weeks where it's like 5-on-1, 4-on-1, and it kind of feels yucky. Like, it was funny at first. Like, they did it to Stacey. Then they came over to her, and it just never ended. It's actually making her more famous. It's making her more relevant. We talk about her majority of the reviews. Angel. It's Angel, 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 whether we like it or not, right? She's getting 4 episodes from her cast trip. That's a lot. That's a third. What is that? It was a third of the season? Well, how many episodes of the season?
17 so far.
Okay, like almost a quarter of the season. Like a quarter of the season. That's a lot of episodes. I did see. I sent you guys a clip about. It was really production that picked that house, and she had to get all the smoke for that, and that definitely does happen. It wasn't on purpose to get storyline, and I think that's something that if that's the case, that's fucked up because she's been getting dragged for that. But I do think
let me add to that. Because I did see what you sent me, and I want to talk about it here. So there is this content creator who said, again, Angel didn't say this. It's somebody who said it. I don't know the guy. My first time watching it. Look, I can confirm that when you are on a cast trip, the production definitely have options. They present to you. That is her hometown. That's where she lives. She agreed to that. And that is that. Now, look, in Angel's defense, though, no, I don't think production or anyone knew the degree of the water situation, which is an unfortunate thing. And that's why the focus should definitely be more on that part of it. But we also got to be honest here. Angel said out of her own mouth in a very mercurial way that she gloated at the accommodations specifically for Ashley and Gizelle. So yes, production definitely gave her options. She chose that one. It's sort of like me going to Rhode Island. I don't know anything about Rhode Island, but if I present you option, you say this one, then we're gonna go with that one. We can afford it. But yes, no one could have predicted the extremities of the water situation, and that should not be on Angel at all. And I agree with that. But we also have to be honest here and say, Angel, smirkily, if that's a word, was on her big one, happy that her friends, KK and Tia, were staying back at the house. So she take some ownership to that too.
So that's why I'm saying, like, there's two things to be true at the same time, right? Yes, she may have the productions, the accommodations may, for the benefit of the doubt, be out of her hands, because a lot of times production does all that. Who could have forecasted that they would have to shit in a pot or whatever, wherever they had to go to do wherever they flush the toilet? Who would have predicted that, right? But it does just kind of work out for how her attitude was and how happy she was and how she did glow. So it's like when she's in these positions, she doesn't choose the road that helps her. You know what I mean? Because it looks like it's easy to believe maybe she did, because the way she was like, they're going to be over there. It doesn't help her out. Again, she contributes to the get back she gets on the show by her reactions to some of the things. Instead of coming back in a funny way and making the best of things, she kind of digs a deeper hole with some of her reactions. And I think that's what's rubbing people the wrong way. And it's making us people not be here for her. But I did feel bad for her a few times during this episode. But then I got to remember, if I was on a cast trip and you set this up and I'm in a place that doesn't have any running water, I'm going to be just as mad as Gizelle was on the airplane. I don't even think that was an overreaction. If anything, it may have been an underreaction, because if I'm not staying in a house where the toilet doesn't work. Fuck all that.
A whole bath.
Yeah. Blue, what's your thoughts on Angel feeling some kind of way by Monique, and then we'll get into the PJ situation.
I think they're all mean girls, and Angel's just not as great at it as everybody else. I think they're all mean girls, right? So it's always tricky for me when I'm being asked to feel bad that one mean girl is not as good at her attempt at being a mean girl as the other ones are, right? Like there's no victims here, in my opinion. I think, to Claudia's point, Angel wanted to have a moment of superiority and it blew up in her face. She bit off more than she could chew, and she pissed off. She wanted Giselle's approval, but she got Giselle's attention in a way that she didn't bank on. If you have me doing a whole bath, if you have me squatting in the woods with coyotes 90 minutes away from you, right. I'm sorry, Angel. I feel bad watching you get the ass whooping that you kind of earned. So it's tricky. You know what I mean? Like, it's might be something really messed up. And also, too, watching Angel try to be on the show is kind of like watching somebody who's illiterate be in a spelling bee. Like, you feel bad for them, but they're not equipped. And whose fault is that?
Like, why are you here?
Yeah, you know what I mean?
Can you spell Mercurial?
Yeah, you know?
You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
I before the E except after C.
Right.
So, like, I'm kind of mad you're in the spelling bee, baby. You had to learn how to read first. And so, like, the spelling bee didn't really do that to you. The rules are pretty clear. And so for me, my feelings for Angel, Carlos, you and Dustin, when y'all make that face, I find myself questioning. Am I wrong, though? Did I lie?
No, not at all.
I opened up the floor. Did I lie? I want my castmates. Okay. No. So because she's illiterate at the spelling bee, it's kind of like the rules were pretty clear from the front, baby. You had to know how to sign the form. And also, too, I do think it's a little bizarre that Angel talks so big, but seems so scared whenever she has a moment to be direct. You're going to have to pick one, baby. I honestly think she's weaponizing her tears. She's very Karen at this point, and we feel bad for Karen. So you're supposed to feel bad for her. It doesn't mean that you weren't part of the chaos. And so you feeling bad for Angel is by design. I think she's incredibly manipulative. I knew everybody was going to feel bad for her because they were supposed to, but because of the kind of work I do, listen to what Tia said. We didn't check on people pissing in pots because we woke up to Angel crying in her mansion.
Yeah, when she had the chance to fix that, or to at least like, okay, maybe the shitty house.
You centered yourself. Angel always centers herself, even when she's not the victim, and makes herself the victim. So I know why you all feel bad, but my training won't allow me to join you.
She contributed to it.
She's a Karen. Sorry. Not sorry.
Right. Oh, okay. Dustin Ross. is Angel a Karen, Dustin?
No, what Angel is, okay, so it's no secret, you know what I'm saying? Angel's personality has gotten on my nerves in the earlier episodes of this season, and as we progressed, right? I've been honest about that. However, right, she got to stop letting people talk to her crazy. It's just that simple. Be who you are, use the vernacular you use, hold the tip of your hat all you want, but stop letting these people talk to you like they have lost their fucking minds. The way that Gizelle Bryant sat on that airplane and berated Angel as if that was her mother, as if that was her child or whatever, and Gizelle was the mama, was crazy. The way Wendy was talking was crazy. The way Stacey was talking was crazy. The way Ashley was talking was crazy. And ain't no way in hell Angel should have sat there explaining herself over and over again. I'd have left them all in their shitty drawers where they stood if they were speaking to me like that. Yo, big grown ass, all of y'all are mothers, you know what I'm saying, or whatever the fuck. Get your ass up and get somewhere else. People don't stay in shitty accommodations when they have options, not for no full night. You get there, you see it's fucked up, and you figure out a plan B immediately right there in the moment. So all that staying and then waiting on a phone call or waiting on an Uber to come or whatever the fuck Wendy was talking about on that airplane, that's on y'all. Because I would have been on my Wanye from Boyz II Men. Let's not wait till the water runs dry. Okay, I got up out of there as soon as I seen the shit wasn't working. It would have been time to roll. You know what I'm saying? Just like anybody else, I can't even wash my ass up in here, and it's hot. So think about that. Your ass ain't right, and it's hot. That's not gonna work. So
do you think
she's
kind of trained them on how to be able to abuse her? Because if you never say
Claudia, absolutely, I think that's why they all feel comfortable talking to her like that. If you don't speak up for yourself and check a motherfucker from talking to you crazy, especially in a group of other people, the rest of the people around are gonna punk you too. And that's just that's back playground. That's the shit Monique was talking about at the Breakfast Club. To get back to the playground, that's playground shit. You know what I'm saying?
And that's why
Ashley, who can't check nobody, Wendy, who ain't in a position to check nobody, Stacey, who can't even check herself. You know what I'm saying? They all are just talking to Angel like she is literally a person that don't deserve no respect. And as much as she has not been my favorite person on this show, as much as I would rather see, what you call it, Claudia? The
Mercurial Mountain.
The Mercurial Mountain show, as much as I would watch that show about her outfitter, she still don't deserve nobody talking to her like that. But that's also her responsibility to check that. If you like it, I love it. She's explaining and apologizing over and over again and crying and shit. I'd be damned if they ever seen a tear rolling down my face. The way I would have tore their asses up from left to right. Just after she had already fucking tried her best to find some solution, and y'all gonna get on here yelling and cussing me out, telling me I ain't shit, pointing your finger all in my face. I would have cussed them the fuck. They would have had to land that plane. Okay.
I guess it's like I'm not as empathetic about that scene because it's been 13 weeks of her letting it fly and then say, well, I want the ladies to get to know me and be mindful. And this is not what I put out there. So they're trained. Like, it's almost like someone that's with a guy that cheats on them all the time, right? Someone that cheats on them all the time and you let it fly, let it fly, let it fly, let it fly. Of course, they're going to keep on doing it and be unapologetic about it. She's conditioned these women to talk crazy to her. I'm with you, Dustin. I check disrespect the very fucking first
Yes.
time. So people could say I come in hot. Yep, yes, I do. But guess what? You won't try me again without a memorable read. You will not try me.
But they begged her, guys. They begged. One thing I can't believe I'm about to say something nice about Gizelle. The one thing I would say about that, Gizelle and Wendy and even Ashley all got right in that scene, even though I thought they were all being nasty, mean. Again, I think they're all being mean girls in different ways. Some mean girls cry after doing something that didn't work, and some mean girls are attacking. It's all mean girls. So I'm not going to pretend that Angel is an innocent person just because other girls are disrespectful. They can all happen at the same time. But Wendy looked at her and said, we would preferred it if you just admitted that you don't fuck with us. If you had just owned it, we would have respected you more. Had you just said, I like them, so they're in my house. I don't like you, so you in the gutter 90 minutes away with the coyotes pissing in a pot. Had you said that, we could have had fun with that because we've all done that to each other. We can't respect you because you keep lying. And they started to beg her, Angel, if you just tell the truth, we can at least try to respect you. And she still kept lying. At some point, even somebody who is a good person is going to snap when you're looking in my face and you're lying to me when you're doing the thing that we've all done so we can clock it. And that's frustrating for everybody, including Gizelle Bryant's not perfect, but I would have been just as frustrated with Angel in that moment. But I'm telling my truth, baby. There's tape showing that you're lying. You're
and
crying.
That was my thing. Yes. Sorry, go ahead, Blue. Yeah.
No, that's all I want. I think the thing about Angel is they want her to buck up so they can have fun with her, and she keeps crumbling, and it makes it very Eeyore. They're exhausted and frustrated. They're mean, but I understand the frustration actually in that scene because
I'm gonna tell you what it is. I'm gonna tell you what it is, and this is coming from a reality producer. When you are a newbie, and Claudia, you tell me if I got this wrong, child. When you are a newbie coming onto an established show, it's sort of like a rookie going on a championship sports team. Nobody can join LeBron James Lakers without you earning the respect of the captain of the team, of the other starting 5 players. There's a way you have to earn it. I'm not saying it's right. I'm not saying it's wrong. I'm gonna tell you how it is because we're not gonna act like it's just the reality girls being mean. This shit happens in sports. It happens on set and scripted shows. I did Hollywood Divas. I know a thing or two about it. Hi, Colton Brooks. Hi, Colton Ball. Anyways, my thing is this. It's one of those things where those girls, like you guys are saying, they want Angel to show them like, okay, show us what you got. I do agree with you. I think they were testing her and she failed miserably because she says one thing behind the scenes and she does another. And I'm sorry. The moment she was not honest about renting an Airbnb to be on the show, the girls lost respect for her because they realized you don't even kind of like, you're not even here, right? The reason why we saw Stacey stop getting hazed is because Stacey flipped it on them. And that's why now they're like, well, shit, she checked us and she got us and there's nothing else to go here.
Yeah.
They've said that before. They've said it.
Yeah, they love Stacey Knocker. They're like, she earned it. Same thing with Wendy. Same thing with the other girls. The thing is this, when you are a new girl hopping onto a reality show, and I'm going to say this, and it's not going to sound nice because y'all don't like the truth. Gizelle Bryant runs Potomac. And it is what it is. It is. That show is not run by Karen. That show is not run by nobody but Gizelle. Karen is a wonderful co-captain. Don't get me wrong. The Real Housewives of Potomac is ran by Gizelle Bryant. Okay? And the evidence that displayed in this episode was how I have never seen Gizelle yell at a girl, hey, Tyra Banks, so much that none of the girls said, Gizelle, you doing the most. I remember doing season 6 of Atlanta Housewives, and the girls were at Nene's, not her house, but what you call that when you are in a, what you call that?
The clubhouse?
Clubhouse, thank you, Claudia. They were at Nene's clubhouse going to Savannah, okay? Atlanta Housewives always belong to Nene, and it's no shade. So leave me alone. Now, with that being said, when Nene felt the girls were being disrespectful, being late, she left. We called her back. She came back. She got on the bus. Kenya defended Nene and said, y'all did Nene wrong. She's the host. Nene said nothing. Candy Burrs and her red hair. Check Kenya. Sit your ass down. Because listen, it was Nene's trip. Kenya was defending the host. Candy felt like, who the fuck you talking to, bitch?
Thank you very much.
My point is, so I'm saying all of that to say, I was disappointed in the other ladies for not being like, Gizelle, okay, now look, let's all figure something out. But for each of those ladies to hop on the gravy train that is specialized with turmeric sauce and chili powder by Gizelle Bryant, I was disappointed that nobody said, even, and listen, KK, you know I love you down boots.
Yeah,
KK, you tried, but your things, your life, your everything, my car, my condom, my picture frame,
my things.
You could have done a better job, KK, defending Angel. I was disappointed in you, KK, and I love you down boots. And Tia, you failed miserably. None of you girls had Angel's back, and that was the sad part to me. And I'm gonna end with this. Let Gizelle do her job, and all of y'all need to understand your role, just like athletes understand the roles on the team. Not everybody can be LeBron. Not everybody can be Stephon Curry. Not everybody can be number one the call sheet like Angela Bassett. Play your position. So for all of y'all to act like Gizelle Bryant,
oh my God,
make for compelling television.
Yeah, the way I would have been calling all of their asses musty vagabonds and shit, I'd have been going in on their dirty floor rolling asses had I been the person that was on the other end of that, because how dare you? To me, we're talking about the most basic level of respect being, crossed, the most basic line of respect being crossed. Y'all know Angel ain't my favorite person on this cast, but seeing the way that they were literally speaking to her, I didn't give a fuck about. I felt like they had a reason to be mad. I felt like they had something that needed to be said, but it was the way that they was talking to her, which was just like mind blowing for me. I don't know why she was allowing that. That's all.
She's allowing it because she is not being herself on the show. It gives me, I bet you in real life she probably wouldn't let that fly, but it's because of the show. She's either starstruck, she's a deer in headlights. She reminds me of an actress that goes on a reality show and thinks they can do this, but then they're in their head too much about, wait, but I don't want this to seem like
Fields?
I don't want to seem like not anyone, her specifically. I'm just saying, like when actresses do reality shows, a lot of times they are just too much in their head and they're producing themselves. And I think she cares too much about what her overall storyline, character, all that. Because in real life, ain't no black woman gonna let no one pop off like that without going the fuck up. You're worried too much about what the fans are saying in the chat. You're worried too much about how it's gonna look instead of being present. She's not present. That's why she's so depressed. That's why she's crying. That's why she's like up, down. That's why she's not saying the thing in real time. But then later in confessional, she's a confessional gangster because that's what she's being herself more. And she's not doing it. She freezes up when she's in scene with the girls. And I think that's what's frustrating about it. Because no sister is gonna let that go down. Did they have a reason to be mad? Yes, and I would have been as mad as Gizelle. You have me fucked up in a hotel, in a house where I can't flush the toilet. Right. I'm probably gonna be just as rude as Gizelle was. But the difference with me and with the difference is, you have let these girls check you, dish you, be disrespectful to your face, laugh, cackle, and you did nothing. You did nothing. So now I'm not surprised when they keep doing it. Yeah, it wasn't right. It wasn't right. But like I said earlier, she's contributing to how they're treating her by not checking them. The very first time someone gets out of pocket, you never get a second chance to make a first impression, right? Your first time on the show, you got to let it be known right away. I'm not the bitch to play with. I may be new, but I'm not the one to play with.
What a missed opportunity, right? I personally have always wanted to cuss somebody out on an airplane, let alone a private jet.
A private jet.
What I'm saying? And so and you see everybody else jumped on it. Gizelle enjoyed her moment of cussing somebody the fuck out on a PJ. Wendy got a little piece. Stacey was over there catty corner. She got a little piece too. Everybody did. Angel could have held the back of that seat and tore them up. And I don't know why she didn't do that, man. And why didn't you do it, Angel? How you doing, Angel? Why didn't you do it? Why didn't you cuss him out on a plane like that?
He's
Okay, the
uncomfortable.
fingers, nothing, not the hi,
Yeah.
hey, how you doing?
Right, like the Little Women show.
Yeah, you like the little one.
Hey!
How you doing, Angel?
But why you ain't do that, man? Angel, stop. You gotta stand up for yourself, mama. You can't keep letting them fuck with you like that.
Stand
I guess
up.
it's too late because the reunion is already taped, right, Carlos?
They already taped the reunion.
So
But like
yeah.
when she gets gangster afterwards, it doesn't feel authentic because every single time you had the layup to dunk the ball, you never do. You never spike the ball. You never do it. So that's what I think is irritating a lot of the viewers with her. And like, I actually think the last few episodes of At Our Place has been some of the most entertaining ones of the season. Although I said in the beginning, they made the Potomac girls work hard because every scene, it's like someone's 10 shots at you. You gotta like keep your head on a swivel, like, damn, she's dissing me, she's dissing me, she's dissing me. I get that it's I get, yes, I get that it's really hard to be on that show, but like she's definitely like, and then it feels fake when you go to your confessional and then you want to, well, you talk shit later. Like, no, it's not believable. It's not believable.
Even when Gizelle told KK, you've been up her ass. I expected KK to give Gizelle what she gave Stacey, what she gave Wendy even. And that's the reason why, listen, that scene was hard to watch because yes, I really did feel bad for Angel. And I didn't feel like she deserved. The thing is this, it is not acceptable in any situation for everybody to pile on to one person. And that's why there should have been one person be like, guys, got it. Like, okay, we got it. Like she got the message loud and clear, right? And yes, I'm pretty sure your pants are sticking to the ground because it's not completely white. I understand it. And you're uncomfortable. I get it. And you're women. But what I will also say is one more story, then I'll move on. I remember on a show I did, we had a connecting flight. And I always fly with the cast because somebody got to be in charge of the girls. So I was flying with the cast and we had a connecting flight somewhere. And the connecting flight did not have any first class seats. And on this particular show, honey, the girls have first class in their contracts and 5-star accommodations. Needless to say, it was a connecting flight to the main destination. It was a 30-minute flight. Maybe 20, but I'll say 30.
Oh, okay.
We all had to sit and coach. It's a 30-minute connecting flight to a nice place.
I don't do coach, so I can't.
We got cussed out bad because they felt like we are so-and-so on this big show. It's in my contract. They called their agents because they flew 20 minutes on a flight that had no first class seats. We have to take the L and keep it pushing. So my point is to say all of that. I am shocked that those girls even stay there because the girls I work with, oh baby. It was a different story.
First of all, you really can't complain and moan about the accommodations when Gizelle, you literally had motherfuckers sitting in your driveway swatting flies and mosquitoes in a tent. You know what I'm saying? So like there's that as well. Robin and them, what was that event Robin and them had when she was on there? They had like a field day.
Shady event.
It was a field day, that event for sure. But there was another one too, Carlos, that I think Robin threw. It was the event when Ashley was walking in with her kids and Gizelle spoke to her oldest little boy and she was like, "Hi, Dean," and he was like, "Ah."
Oh yeah,
they was walking in that park. Remember? That one with them plastic tablecloths flying in the wind and
field day, and it was the event that Wendy wasn't invited to. Go ahead.
Foil pans and shit, and just all that broke down ass shit that they had at that party. So there's been several times where we ain't exactly been in the best digs here. You know what I'm saying? And I just thought that it was rich that they decided to just cuss Angel the fuck out relentlessly, and they gonna get her ass again next week too. Because I saw in the preview for the episode that's coming next week, they cussing her ass out again as a group. sitting at a table. So I don't know why she's accepting that. I guess that's the only point I want.
I have a production question because this is the part that actually bothered me. And despite the fact that I'm going to keep advocating that everybody's hands are dirty, we're just talking about whose hands are dirtier. And it's definitely Gizelle's because she was, pissing in the pot. The scene that makes all that irrelevant to me, where I was like, okay, even with my feelings about Angel, somebody needs to pull her out. When Gizelle pulled I'm the captain and like kind of debowed her trip from her and said, we're going to the Four Seasons and having brunch and we don't care about what's in your itinerary because we're probably going home afterwards. Like there was something so violent about how she took, I ain't never seen nobody get took on a trip before.
Gangster the trip from
she was a pirate. I'm the captain. It was a very Pirates of the Caribbean moment that scared the crowd. I was like, oh, is she gonna headbutt her? So when did the producer step in, Carlos? Because I'm concerned for Angel's safety at this point.
Well, that's the thing. So listen, disclaimer, all productions are ran differently. But what I will say is this, as somebody who went to the Bravo School of Reality Producing, you really do follow the reality. And that's why I keep saying, look, I know Gizelle, for a lot of people, may be the most unlikable woman on the show. And she, let's be clear, she gets it and she don't give a shit, right? She doesn't care what anyone thinks about her as long as she gets asked back and the check's clear. That's why I said, when it comes to Gizelle, everything Gizelle has done doesn't surprise me. Yeah. That's who she is, right? So to your point, Blue, producers are like, that's very Gizelle. Gizelle is going to do as much as you let her do it. And that's the reason why Angel, unfortunately, wasn't able to defend herself because she doesn't have it in her to do so. And that's why when you look at her husband, he's not fucking with them because rightfully so, that's his wife.
Yeah.
And I'm not gonna fuck with somebody, my wife, let's give my wife the business. Yes, but to answer your question, production, listen, I can guess what happened. Gizelle led the charge and told the girls, I'll speak to production on behalf of us. Because it's whatever.
The Gizelle show.
Yeah. And then plug the Four Seasons about 8 times. The Four Seasons.
Somebody said Gizelle is Suge Knight. Okay, so let's say that.
It was Suge Knight.
Okay, so Gizelle Knight went to production and said, y'all expect us to stay in here? They figured out a way because you got to clear the Four Seasons.
Yep.
So I believe Gizelle went to production and complained about the accommodations, and they gave her the Four Seasons, and Gizelle felt empowered.
Yeah.
And she was able to do it. And look, in most cases, as a producer, you follow it and it works, but it's up to the person who's hosting the trip, in this case, Angel, to step in. And although Angel tried to step in, saying, well, does her voice better.
Do it.
Come on.
Come on. To your Maya Angelou. Come on. Tap into your inner angel, Maya Angelou. Hit it.
I'm not going to pretend that I'm speaking as an angel talks like this. I'm not doing that. I'm not going to do that. But listen, a good idea is a good idea. And in this case, Gizelle had a good idea. I'm so sorry. I love the outdoors and I love nature. God knows I do. You know what I'm saying? But you can only look at so many trees, so much landscape. We could be at brunch at the fucking Four Seasons. You know what I'm saying? I would have been ready to roll with Gizelle and them personally. I'm sorry, but that was just a good idea. And I think sometimes a strong idea just kind of gets in position. It just takes the lead. And that's just what that was.
No,
Kemo-Sabe, they said it stunk in Kemo-Sabe and shit. I would love to go to the Kemo-Sabe, but they were saying it was stinking and shit. Think about it. And you got the brunch at the Four Seasons dangling in front of your face.
Nobody is Angel's friend on this show, including Tia and including Kay. Because if I'm getting cussed out like that in front of my girls, someone would have wrote, for which what you ain't about to do is talk to my girl like that.
100%.
Because the way they would keep King when they were in Angel's house was not matching the energy when you see your girl getting read the fuck down and getting dragged and they gangster the trip. And then I saw everybody toasting to Gizelle. And right there, I was like, No one is Angel's friend on the show, even the friend she thinks she has. Tia, we really started off liking you. You definitely kind of went with the win, and now for some reason you're over here with Angel. But when you had a chance to really, puff your chest up for her, where were you? Were you out for tea? Like, where were you? What were you doing?
Have y'all seen? My bad. Go ahead, Claudia.
No, it was very like. Listen, Angel has gotten on my nerves at the last few episodes because I don't like people who don't stand up for themselves and then they talk shit later. I don't like people like that in my life. I've never rocked with that. It's very frustrating because you have the vocabulary to do it because you do it in confessionals when it's just you and your producer. So do it when it counts because it's hard to defend you. But you should have at least 2 people that you welcome to your house that should have been more than happy who have more experience with cussing a bitch out. They should have at least said something. They didn't say anything. Those are not your friends. You have no friends on that show.
I would have defended Angel. Blue Chalusma, as a stranger at that trip, would have defended Angel more than those girls, not being her friend.
I don't know if I would have defended her, but I definitely would have been in my phone like, that's crazy y'all talking to her like that. I don't know why y'all be talking. That's so crazy how y'all talking. I'd have did something like that.
No, that's what I'm trying to make y'all friends. Come on, stop.
I'd have did something like that. All I know is that's fucked up. How I wouldn't let y'all crazy talking to her like that. I'd have did something like that.
No, I would have defended her because I bully bullies. That's always been my thing since high school. I probably shouldn't say that on camera. Sorry, but ever since high school, if I see somebody getting bullied, my first thought is to attack the bully. That's always been who I am. Right, Blue. But also, I'm an Aries Taurus, so I'm almost like you and Claudia. I will say this though. You can't ask people to respect you when you are struggling to show how you respect yourself. And I do think I'm getting this little niggling feeling that a part of them was hoping that they could pressure her into standing up. And when she crumpled even further, they snapped. They were like, oh, so there's no hope here. Get me out of here.
They're sick of her. They're so sick of her.
She would stand like to pressure her and she just crumbled even further. And the respect plummeted. And that's not to throw them bail, but we've all been there. There's men that I have dated that were sweet, but they were people pleasers. And I saw them acting like punks with their family. And I said some stuff that I probably shouldn't have. God's still working on me. But in that moment, I had no respect for them and the things just came out. You know what I mean? When you don't respect yourself, it's kind of hard for me to remember that you are. Yeah. So
especially on that show where like they came out the gate, like those girls work for their checks every week. They really do. Yeah. They really do. Like every week, everyone has to like show up. So to see someone on the cast that's kind of like dragging it, not stepping up when they should, I would be frustrated as someone that, look, I'm bringing it every week. Where's she at?
Dragging it.
We week link, huh?
You said to see somebody on the cast says, dragging it. Dragging it.
But I will also say that, have you guys ever, and this is a personal question, okay? And I know it's gross. Have you ever gone without a shower for a couple days or
a couple of days?
Oh, no. I'm asking.
One day,
even a day.
Okay.
Or even if you're staying in accommodations that have bad toilet paper, your butthole's gonna be itchy.
Oh,
your booty hole. So I'm sure they were all and they're women. They got a booty hole and they got a vagina. They probably were so uncomfortable and irritated. And you're already a celeb. The booty ass combo, the booty coochie combo. Plus,
the booty coochie combo, is that a medical term?
Combo. You feeling bad? You like, am I gonna get bacterial vaginosis? Like, I'm not being, and I'm already a celebrity. I'm already used to like 2,000 count thread sheets, and I'm over here. I'm definitely gonna be nastier than usual. So I understand the frustration in that moment where she was like, "Look, this is some bullshit. I already don't like you. You don't respect yourself, so I could easily walk all over you, and you got me where I can't wash my ass properly." Oh no, I get the bitchiness. It was a lot because they all jumped on her, but I do understand that part too. I'm trying to, I understand both sides.
Yeah. Whose side are you guys on when Jazzy admitted that she did tell Angel what Monique said about her when it came to Monique seeing the comparisons between her and Angel as it relates to Angel being married to a former NFL player and they're still married. Monique, obviously a estranged husband, a former NFL player. And Jazzy saying, look, I was very concerned about it. And that's why I told her. So Dustin, do you think Jazzy was concerned about the things that Monique was saying about Angel? Or do you think Jazzy was just being a gossiper that was going back and forth, telling each other what was being said about one another?
Yeah, she was talking shit. Gossiping, girl. You know they said yo, you ain't going through with your husband. Apparently, girl, it was one of them conversations. And shout out to Jazzy for moving the story along. She did exactly what she was supposed to do as a friend of the show. Have a conversation like that, build relationships with the people on the cast. I didn't see nothing wrong with it, and I actually love Jazzy on this show, so I didn't see anything wrong with what she did. And to me, it ain't even no issue because when Monique asked her about it, she was like, "Yeah."
Facts.
So that's it. Like there is no issue like that. Your question is answered. They was able to move on to me. You know what I'm saying? So I ain't think nothing was wrong with that. Do it again.
Claudia, what are your thoughts on that? And shout out to the 5,700 people.
Hey.
Oh, hey.
That's nice. Go ahead, Claudia.
Respect to Jazzy for saying it with her chest, keeping the energies the same and not cowering. No, I didn't say that. And I'm sorry if you're my friend and bitches, like, let me not say that. If you're my friend and girls are being,
Claudia is trying to get this NAACP image award, guys.
So what happened was this weekend I almost got into fights twice. This weekend I had a very ghetto weekend this weekend where 2 times I was very in my mouth, like I was on some and did what, like girls was like trying me this weekend. I went out.
Were you filming?
No, I wasn't filming. This was just in my real life. So I'm trying in my real life. I went out to 2 events after the Jane Kennedy book signing. We went to a spot and there was this girl that didn't want to get from the table. She was just like, I'm from Atlanta. I said, I don't give a fuck where you from. And what's that supposed to mean? What does that mean? And then I was like, so I'm trying to get back in my NAACP.
Look at the comment.
Okay.
The coast is clear. Stilettos.
Thank you. Brown design.
Yes, Claudia, get it.
We love the people that get it. Yes.
I had to cuss a bitch out one time that was similar in a situation like this where I had looked out for this heifer. I'm not friends with her anymore. I used to put her in a like whatever stuff I could hook her up with, I would. And there was a conversation about me that I had to hear what was happening through a third person that wasn't even my girl. So that's worse. So no, what Jazzy did to me was right. Like, yes, she ain't really thinking about the show in that moment. Well, maybe she was, but you supposed to come back and tell me, give me some kind of heads up. Hey girl, they was talking shit about you a little bit.
Hell
So
yeah.
I'm not gonna tell you everything, but I'm gonna give you a heads up so you're not blindsided. Your homegirl's supposed to do that for you. Your girl's supposed to give you the heads up. So I wasn't mad at it. I'm sure Monique didn't like it, but at that point, if that's my friend, I'm not worried about Monique. I'm worried about my friend.
Just like you told me that somebody was talking shit about me in your DMs. You know what I'm saying? And
me?
you was like, yeah, you was like such and such was saying such and such. And we laughed and kept it moving. That's what friends do.
Gotta give you a heads up. I'm not gonna let you ever be out there blindsided. Never gonna happen. I know what
your ass said, because I know you watching this shit too. Thank you very much.
You're choosing violence all 2026. I love it here.
Demon time. I ordered a hat from this girl online. It says villain era. I can't wait to wear it.
Mm-hmm.
It's happening, you guys.
So Blue, what are your thoughts on the whole thing with Jazzy, Monique, and Angel? Do you think, okay, and this is real, right? One thing I will say, and this is going to be unpopular, and that's okay. I'm not 100% sold that Monique was only projecting, right? I do believe there could be some projection, but in Monique's defense, I will say this. I do think when it comes to the WAG world, that is a very intimate world where it's sort of like reality stars. It's so easy to tell reality girls when you're watching them, I would have done this until you're in it.
Yeah,
and that's
true.
why when it comes to Housewives, let's just talk about them for now. Housewives is like a sorority where we all get what we are going through and only us get it. I do think when it comes to wives and girlfriends of athletes, I do think, look, I think in Monique's defense, I wouldn't say it was 100% projection. I do believe Monique may have seen similarities based on that. And I'm going to go and say this. I see something with Bobby and Angel that, although what I see, I'm not concerned about. Let me start by saying that. I think Bobby's a great husband. But, and I've said this before, I think Bobby is doing all of this for Angel because Angel has sacrificed so much for him. And I think what Monique is seeing, if I had to like see things through her eyes as a wag, I think Monique is seeing that this woman, everything is on her. She's not even allowed. Hey, Portia, season 5. You know what I'm saying? A former wag. That's what I'm saying. Y'all gotta listen. Y'all really gotta understand the wag world. When Portia talked about Cordell and she said, "My husband let me go to Vegas with y'all," that is her reality. Yeah. Married to a NFL player. I think what Monique is seeing in Angel, I think Monique sees that Angel is doing so much that Angel wants to hang out with them until 12:30, but she can't because her husband is not going to agree with that. And I think Angel is aware that my husband is sacrificing now for me, and I appreciate it, but I can't take advantage of it. And I think that's what Monique is seeing to me. But Blue, do you see that, or do you think Monique is 100% projecting?
I think that just because you disagree with someone doesn't mean they're inaccurate. And often it's in hindsight that you realize that they were accurate when you have more distance from it. And so I think everybody, this is the one time, again, I'm trying to be fair, where I think they're both telling the truth as far as they know it, right? I think Monique being further from it and being on the other side of it and being de-incentivized from going blind to it is saying things like, it's easy to lose yourself as a wag and a mother. It's easy to become codependent. It's easy to consent to things that are not healthy for you. And you don't notice they're not healthy until way later in the game when you've lost yourself entirely, right? I just think that her saying it in front of goons instead of Suge Knight and the rest of them, right? You can't do that in front of Death Row Records. Maybe you take Angel to the side the way that Jazzy did and say, hey, friend, I'm going to tell you off camera because I'm concerned, but I don't want to embarrass you because I recognize that we're on one of the top shows in the globe featuring women who look like us. And the ripple effect of me saying it in public might have ramifications that you're not ready for, but I'm concerned because I see me in you. And the same way Bobby and my husband were mentoring each other, let me be that for you. That would have been, so it's the right message, but the wrong avenue. And also to Jazzy's point, I'm sorry, but if you're talking crazy about my friend, perfect example, if somebody was talking crazy about any of the three of you, right? First of all, they're going to get uncomfortable mid-sentence. I'm going to square up a little bit. So, let's fix the tone, friend. If you have a problem with one of them, that's cute. I'm one of those. I goon up mid-conversation.
Real easy.
Let's keep it cute because I'm sitting right the fuck here. Yes? Excuse my French. Second thing is, though, I'm going to tell my friend because Monique was like, well, I was going to tell her. Yes, but how? I already know your discernment about how it's already off.
Well, there's a reason for that.
How it's already off. I want to tell her the full tea about how you said it, how it was received, the looks on people's faces. You're not going to say all of that. I'm going to tell her the rest. And then by the time she talks to you, she's prepared to know what she's walking into. So I'm 100% on Jazzy's side as far as telling her friend. And I also think that Monique, it was 50% projection because she was probably a little triggered because when you peep yourself in somebody else, there's a triggering that's happening. And also, though, I think in the moment, she was just so happy to be in the fray that she forgot that you doing it in this way is doing something to Angel that is the opposite of what you claim you want to be happening.
Okay. I'll receive that.
Yeah, I think what she also forgot, right, and what we haven't mentioned yet is that Monique don't know Angel. She don't know Angel like that. So her even having any sort of anything to say about Angel's marriage and comparing it to hers, that's a very deeply personal thing for you to be prying and having an opinion on. And even though obviously they're castmates on this show and they have to interact with one another, it still felt obtuse to the viewers. Like, you don't even know her like that to be making. That's why we're questioning whether or not she was projecting or not, because she simply shouldn't have asked her that. She shouldn't have said shit about what was going on between Angel and her husband off of the limited interactions that she's seen or whatever, and been able to concoct that feeling. That's why people thought it was bullshit, because it was out of place. Monique don't know Angel like that. Even if we're playing the game of them being cast members on the show, it still didn't make sense because Monique came into the season so late. We've never seen her and Angel sit down, have a one-on-one, no shit like that. So for her opining, you know what I'm saying, about her personal business like that, it's like, girl, what? That's not your business, not your business.
But that's it. We gotta talk about the moment she said it, though, and that's why I believe she wasn't projecting in this moment. When Angel, when all the girls was in Angel backyard after the 3 guys and I say hi to them.
When she did this.
yes. And
I'm Team Angel on that. I'm Team Angel in that moment. I'm Team Angel on that moment.
So, well, the thing is this. I'll say this. When Monique saw Angel not being able to commit to hanging out with them past midnight because she had to check in with her husband. Now, granted, I agree with Blue. Maybe that could have been an opportunity for a one-on-one. And I agree with Dustin so that they could get to know each other deeper. But I think what Monique saw was, I see another woman who is unable to enjoy herself because she has to consider her husband babysitting his own children.
Who's friends with my husband? This is the part, I think the reason why she's over familiar, Dustin, is because husbands talk, like pillow talk. If your husband is talking to my husband to the point where he's a mentor to him, y'all have come up. I might not know you, I'm just meeting you, but y'all have come up. There are people that
I feel that. Yeah,
you know what I mean? You have a friend who knows them, and even though they've never met you, you feel like when you meet them, you already know them. Like, oh my God, I've heard so much about you for so long. Nice to finally meet you. She even said when she saw Bobby, she was like, I feel like I know you because you and my husband, we're so close. And so I think because my husband who did it to me is close to your husband. So, and that was a mentor. He was teaching him how to go through life. And I think he has bad advice. I think he's an ain't shit type of dude. So if my ain't shit dude is mentoring your husband and I'm starting to see things that I recognize, I'm getting a flicker of, oh God, I hope this isn't birds of a feather.
That makes perfect sense. And I see exactly what you're saying. I just don't feel like Angel is in no situation where she wanted to go with them and Bobby told her no. Or she wanted to go with them that night and Bobby told her no. In the literal next scene, we see her talking to Bobby about it. And he's like, I mean, if that's what you want to do, you want to go? And she was like, no, I don't want to go. And he was like, okay, well, don't go. She didn't say, well, when a person really wants to go, but they don't want to disappoint their partner, they answer like this. Well, I mean, I don't have to go, but I could just go.
I don't know, Dustin.
She answered like this. She said, no, I don't want to go.
No, Dustin. She answered like that because she didn't want her husband to think I want to go.
I agree with that.
She's codependent. You've never been codependent, Dustin. You've never been codependent.
Yes, no.
And
I can tell you've never been.
She was like this. She was like this. They want me to go. I mean, I don't know, because she did not want him to think that she wanted to go because she didn't want to have an argument with him. That's how I took it.
I've done it before.
And she also, but he doesn't want to do this show. In my opinion, he's doing this for his wife. So she probably feels she's already pushed it a little bit. He didn't want to go to that event that he said we'll get there when we get there. Then you got these heifers at our house when we have pillow talk every night about how rude this one was to me and that one. She didn't want to go with them anyways. He was the scapegoat. Like, let me just check with Bobby. Like she's pushed the envelope already. I got these heifers at the house after they done probably had so many conversations about how much she can't stand each and every one of them. Mm-hmm. And I feel like she felt like I do have to check with Bobby because he's already sick of this shit. He don't want me to do the show anymore. It's not helping me. It's probably hurting our business. And I don't. When you use your mate or your kids or your pet. Oh, I gotta go feed my cat. That's what she did. Yeah. I've been asked to go play something like, my cat, I gotta get home. My kid, if she want to go, she would have went, just like she did the show. She didn't want to go anyways, and Bobby was a great thing. Yeah, but I do think, I didn't think Monique was malicious either, Carlos. I did not think she was, because she also was one of the few ones from the other side that was comforting to Angel.
Yes,
she was. Not to get closer to Candy.
And went
that
to
make
her.
it even more fake.
Well, no,
I'm sorry. Maybe I'm an ultimate skeptic. I don't know, but I just feel like you don't even know why you.
But we don't know these people. We talk about them. You know what I mean? Like we don't have to know them.
We ain't on a show with them in a scene engaging with them. We talking about them.
He's right.
We talking about
everyone
people
talks
that
about
in relationship with. We supposed to be talking about them.
But I'm saying everyone has opinions about each other's lives without having to know them so good is what I'm saying. Like
I think if you ask a lot of So all the wives, okay, if you are a married woman with kids and your husband is the breadwinner, please in the comments, let us know your thoughts. If you are a married woman where your husband is the breadwinner and y'all have small children, do y'all think Monique saw glimpses of herself in Angel when Angel could not agree to go past midnight without her husband knowing about it? Or do y'all think that Monique was 100% projecting and there's something wrong? And I'll end by saying this. I'm going to tell you what made me think things differently. I saw Angel Watch What Happens Live, and Angel looked stunning, by the way, gorgeous. He looked like a star. Bobby was in the audience, and Bobby was like this the entire time his wife was on stage, and my raindrops said he was watching a game. However, my thing is this: your wife being on Watch What Happens Live is a big moment for her. And yes, you're there physically, but are you present? And that was the moment for me. He did not look like he wanted to be there. And it made me think about what Monique said. And I thought perhaps Monique could be onto something. If y'all saw Bobby's behavior, I felt bad for Angel in that moment too.
I would say this. We keep on saying she didn't want to go. As a person who's going to throw myself under the bus here, I've been in a codependent relationship. And I think the question that needs to be asked is why she didn't want to go. When you are in a codependent relationship, there are things that you don't want to do because of that relationship that you normally would want to do if you weren't in that relationship. And it's almost like you're covering your partner because, to Carlos's point, the stuff that comes from you being independent is such a headache. It's easier to pretend that we don't want me to go rather than he doesn't want me to go. So I think that for those of you who are healthy, this makes no sense. But I have pretended not to be excited about things that I normally would have been excited about because there was some tall man with a good something that I wanted to go home to, and I wasn't thinking clearly. So I think Angel's being a woman right now who just had a baby. Remember, she just had a baby who has been covered by her husband, and she's been eating by piranhas, and Bobby's her safe place.
I wouldn't blame her for not wanting to go. It has not been a good time for her. Why would she? I wouldn't want to spend. If I could choose between being in my bomb ass house with my attractive husband and my kids in the comfort of my own home, or go to the shit house or wherever they were going to go and hang out with girls. I know y'all don't like me. I kind of have a friendship with two of them, 2.5. Damn. Because you really can't call that's not really a real friendship. No, I wouldn't want to go either. If I can find it out and say, oh, Bobby, my kid, I'm doing that. I did my job. I clocked in. I'm getting minimum money because it's my first season. I'm not doing all that. I'm not doing all that extra stuff. I'm not doing it. And if I can blame it on of course, season 1, she lucky she got $80,000. Okay. So I'm just saying, I'm serious. Maybe 100. Okay.
You get beat up on camera every week.
I don't know. Okay, let me correct that. I don't know how much she got paid, but it's not the salaries of the Gizelle, the ones who've been there for a long time. So you're there. Like, I'm sorry if I'm emotionally beat down from these ladies, and I'm in my own city, I'm going home.
Yeah.
And I don't care if you think it's because of my husband checked me or whatever I gotta say. I'm staying in my house. She don't want to go hang with those. She doesn't like them. They don't like her. It's very obvious.
All right, so we got a lot of people in the comments is leaning more towards people saying they believe Monique was projecting. We have 6,200 people live with us tonight.
Wow.
So
okay.
Let us know. All right, so as we sort of wrap things up, because I do want to get to the end. We kind of touched on this a bit, but I want to get into Gizelle hijacking the trip. And in that moment, do y'all think, and I'm going to start with Dustin, seeing Gizelle, who is an OG, she's been on the show since season 1. This is season 10. So for 10 seasons, she pretty much said, I'm hijacking your trip. We're going to the 4th season. Ladies, y'all want to come with me? Let me know. Angel tried to say no, which was so sad, but Angel's just funny to me. But she's like, no, there's a schedule.
Yeah.
Like, we have a schedule.
This girl gonna hijack your trip. And you talking about a schedule, girl. But it's moments like that I like Angel because I think that's who she is. But Dustin, is this the moment where you think if you allow Gizelle to take over your trip, you have officially lost the plot and there is no point of return with this?
For me, I had that moment long 40 episodes ago. You know what I'm saying? I had that. I arrived at that epiphany a long time ago. I do think that part was grossly disrespectful. I think that Gizelle did that shit because she felt like she could. I ain't never hated nothing more than a person who feels like okay, I know you're gonna let me do this to you, so I'm gonna do it. I hate that. That is I don't like that. That's punk shit to me. So I didn't appreciate that scene, but you know, Angel, she want to talk about fly fishing and shit and appreciate. Angel has she loves appreciating stuff, right? Angel loves, she likes to take it in and have them appreciate it, and her whole trip seemed to be built around shit like that. And I think that those women who really just wanted to get drunk and talk shit and laugh, I think that they had it with the low tones and the muted nature of everything, and this. I think they were sick of that shit. So for me, it wasn't that moment, but it was definitely a moment, and I see why people would say that was where she lost control.
Did you feel bad for her when she was crying? That's my last.
Yeah, I definitely felt bad for her. With me, Dustin, who had said that she didn't have my favorite personality on this show, which I don't think is mean. Fuck y'all, but whatever, you know what I'm saying? But I felt bad for her. I felt bad for her when she was crying. Y'all know I don't like no shit like that. Making that girl cry, that was not cool to me. I did not like that. I thought that was mean. And I also wondered, where's that girl from the internet that is in the car going, stand up? Where's that girl at? That's who we need. That's who needs to mentor Angel. That girl that was saying, stand up.
You're weak in the knees, stand up.
Yes, that's who she needs right there. Yeah. I didn't like that shit at all.
Blue, did you think that in that moment, Angel lost the plot, and did you feel bad when you saw her tears?
Ooh. You know the boy who cried wolf? Like at some point the tears are real. No, because there've been so many fake tears. Which one is it? So when I know at some point they were real. I'm just trying to map out which ones are real and which ones are weaponized incompetence.
Okay.
I think these were real because I would have cried at that point just because I don't want to go to jail for beating up Gizelle. So I just feel like this is going to be ironic. Gizelle has gotten so mean. I'm going to have to come to Angel's defense now. I think we're there. I think we're at the point where Angel kind of co-created this mess, but Gizelle is being so nasty in such an exaggerated way that no other human being deserves to be treated like that on camera or off camera. That I feel like if this continues, I'm going to have to come to Angel's defense because now, Gizelle, you're being nasty in a way that supersedes the show. We could have had a fun time. I think honestly, the most honest moment where I felt like I get it was Wendy saying, why can't you just own it so we can have fun?
Yeah,
I think the rest of the girls feel like, why can't you stand up so we can have fun? Gizelle's out for blood. And I think that is something that if it's not checked, I'm going to be curious to see how the reunion works out because after all of this happened, guys, Angel still, after the entire season was over, said she'd come back. So whatever it is, it clearly wasn't bad enough for her to sit down or stand up. She's just kind of levitating at this point. I don't know what she's doing. She's laying down maybe. Poor Angel.
She's meditating.
She's meditating. Dum shabai. Yeah, Stacey blowing her breath in her face, child. It's a mess.
After this season, she shouldn't want to come back unless she likes abuse and likes or it has something that is just I really want to prove this. When I interviewed her, it was like, I'm not going to get run off by these girls. And I think that's the wrong focus. You're a new mom. You're a wife. You have this fabulous life in Colorado. This should not be your priority. This mediocre paying job, because it's not, again, it's not good the first year, y'all. The girls that are the biggest and highest paid now got paid trash money. Carlos, you know I'm right. The first season, like no one got good money the first year. So I'm saying you're doing all this for what? You're around people that don't like you and you seem unhappy. Gizelle, yes, was very mean to her in this episode, but Giselle's been mean this whole season. Think about not putting Stacey's name. I don't know you like that, like leaving her off of the gift bags and she's been doing stuff like this all season. So I'm not shocked. I do think she had a little bit of justification because that the accommodations, but I do get the back and forth, like, you know, it's cause and effect with them. Okay. But like to say she wants to go back, I'm like, are you okay? Actually? Yeah. Are you okay? Like, what do you think this show, being a housewife of Potomac, is going to validate you or somehow fix something that's missing in your life? Maybe, or, you know, like I showed them, I won. Why do you care? If women treated me like this, whether I contribute to it or not, I would not want to work with them. It'd be mentally exhausting. We've all probably worked on stuff. I know I have worked on stuff where at the end of it, you're like, I never want to see those people again. That hurt my heart, right? And I think she should be in that place. And if she's not, she needs some help, because why would you want to even be around? Like, you're trying too hard to prove something that people don't like you. They don't like you. They despise you. Even the people that are, yeah. I mean, I will say, and also as a viewer, if you take the humanity and feeling for someone, it does make it a good episode, right? It was entertaining, right? Like we were talking about it. But personally, it seems like someone getting jumped.
Yeah.
It feels like someone getting jumped, and everyone's sitting around. Even your friends ain't jumping in and grabbing nobody's hair. They're just sitting there chilling.
Yeah.
I just don't think this is for her. It was fun to kiki about her before, but it's kind of not anymore.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, no, this episode was sad to see how things unfortunately went for her. I'll end by saying this. To the Potomac ladies, look, it's a great season. I have enjoyed everything. 10s across the board, right? Hey, Quad. It's a great season. It's a great season. I will say this, though. I do think every season, everybody, because this is what I do in my own shows as a producer, it's a moment of reflection. Like, okay, what worked, what didn't work? And as you venture off into your next season, what I would want for the girls of Potomac, whether or not Angel comes back, we'll see. But what I would want is let's stop this sort of like, let's get the new girl to see if she can earn her stripes. You know, it's not working anymore.
Right.
And you guys should not be subjected to being called bullies if your intention is to make good television, right? And that's why when it comes to the other girls, I want you guys to get back to just coming in and being yourselves. It was hard for me to watch, you know, everybody call on her, because I just don't think in any other circumstance everybody would have done that. And I want them to get back to like real personal story and really getting to know each other. You know, the reason why we all love Potomac is what Claudia said. You girls clock in. And one thing about the Potomac girls, they have an amazing work ethic. Those girls work. They remind me of the Bells. Those girls, the Potomac ladies work. But one thing about the Bells on Belle Collective, and Dustin, tell me if I'm wrong, ain't nobody trying to be Marie.
No.
Letitia. No one wants to be Letitia. No one wants to be Marie. Nobody wants to be Latrice.
They
right?
got their own lanes for sure.
They got their own lane. And those girls, let them be them. Like, they know Marie go kick in the door and, you know, whatever. But
wait up.
You said what?
Remember, she was like, "Get your weight up." That's
get the weight up. I'll knock the brakes off of you.
Yeah.
So I want you girls to let Gizelle be Gizelle. And the beauty of the rest of y'all is the fact that all of you girls have something special and unique, and lean into that. And you'll see a much more embrace when it comes to new girls. And this is my way of saying I'm looking forward to seeing Charisse and Ashley have a conversation next season, because that's what I want to see. I want to see Charisse and Gizelle and Monique and Ashley have a Ponderosa. Like, let's get the girl. She's gonna cook for real.
And Karen, because Sharice was talking
And
about
Karen,
her too.
sorry.
Put Karen in there
Yes.
too. Sharice
I'm
brought
so
her up
sorry.
too. Yeah.
Karen too,
And
because
Sharice's son was on Watch What Happened Lives, and he says that he has no comment on Ashley Darby. Just want to put that
I
out there.
thought he handled himself very well too.
He
I
did.
thought he was
He
very
did.
well spoken
He did.
and he was
Yeah.
fun but very respectful. That means his mama and them did a good job with him. Shout
She
out
did.
to Sharice for her son. I want to say one thing though. You see how God works. The very week that that episode aired where Gizelle was so like flagrantly disrespectful to Angel, that same week, that same night, right after that, she got embarrassed on live television on Watch What Happens Live by Quad.
She did.
So
Won't he
you
do
never
it?
you get some that karma thing, you know what I'm saying? That shit is real and that shit works. That same, what are the odds? The very episode following your episode where you show your ass and low key, I ain't gonna say bully because that wasn't bully and they just was all on her. But you know, the same week that happens, you get embarrassed by Quad on live television.
Yep.
The shadiness of
Already.
putting them together that week is like they're like smart booking to get them both on that
Yeah.
shit. Booking them together. I think all this, like, we went from being irritated, like bored with Angel in the beginning, to her being talked about the most. Sometimes this stuff backfires and ends up making a person bigger than they were initially intended to be, because it's now she's probably gonna. At one point I thought, oh, they're not gonna bring her back, but now she is probably, because
I just think we're talking about her because that's what happened. I don't think there's gonna be like a gain per se from like the conversations that we've been having surrounding her, because they've been circumstantial. You know what I'm saying? It's not like we've been talking about her because she's been unforgettable in that way. And so I'm never gonna advocate for nobody to get fired. You know, I don't do that. But I also don't think that she's gonna see like an uptick in popularity amongst the fans because she's been the subject of a lot of conversations lately because of what the episodes have focused on. It's literally, that's the only reason I think we've been talking about her recently. So
unlike Stacey,
you feel me? I don't think it's gonna really translate into like a gain for her of any sort.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know, because we start off with her being a non-factor, then she gets 4 episodes, right? They turned this around, made this like the Angel show. We talked about,
but they didn't know. Right, right, Blue. It's not in a way where like she's the focus. We're just talking
Stacey
about
was fun.
People were disrespectful to her.
Yeah.
We're talking about her in relation to what the actions that others have had around her, not actions that she's taken. You feel me?
I get what you're saying. I feel like her performance should not get as much attention as it's getting.
Yeah.
And for people that are just watching TV, all they hear about is Angel. We're not talking about anybody else but Angel, really. And yes, it's not in a good way. We'll see what happens.
Angel own it. If Angel owns it and takes Wendy's advice, ironically, she could turn this around. I'm not holding my breath for that to happen because I've never seen her own anything.
Yeah. So we'll see. So next week, the ladies, unfortunately, more bad things happen on this show.
We don't get it again. Damn.
I know. So hold on to your cowboy hats. All right. So let me read this.
Like this, Claudia. That's how you hold on to the.
Yes. Okay. Miss Powell, hi. Thank you. We got Leah M. Voted for you and Claudia. Hope you win. Thank you.
Vote for Carlos and Claudia, please, for the NAACP Image Awards.
Thank you. Love and Marriage Huntsville is nominated for Outstanding Reality Program. Please vote for us. And Claudia and Erica Cobb's podcast, Accidentally Informed, is nominated for which podcast is Best Podcast in the News.
News and Information, outstanding podcast. Yep, we are against some big dogs. So yeah.
Okay.
I'm still getting addressed though.
That's the category we won. You can do this.
Oh, nice.
Nice.
Right.
Make it happen.
That'll be so amazing.
All right. Everyone is glowing, looking beautiful tonight. Thank you, Miss Powell. TT, Carlos, you working with Sean Drika is all in the blogs.
Hold up. And we ain't going past that, Carlos. You're going to address this tonight. Because I know who Sean Drika is. That's Sean Drika from Candy and the Gang. and she had a great personality. She was a hostess or a server at OLG. It's all in the blogs. What's up, Los? What can you tell?
No, I mean, I feel bad because it's no, but I gotta stop believing things in blogs. But Chandrika's gorgeous, and I want to see her win. But no, that I will tell y'all that's not true. That's not true.
Dusty's memory, my God, Dusty's memory.
Yes. We got Paige 4128. Carlos, why don't you create shows on the West Coast?
Good question. They asking the questions tonight.
Yeah,
guys.
this is a good question.
I know some good questions. It ain't what I'm not creating, it's what the network's green light. So it ain't me. They got to green light stuff.
So
it's
you have
very
explored,
expensive.
you've explored some West Coast.
Yes. I actually found this beautiful Black female social club in LA. It was a fun group. There's a couple years ago, but yeah.
Interesting.
It ain't me, y'all. Blame the networks, honey. Okay.
Keeping right over Dallas.
Chef, and you know I love me some Dallas. We got Stephanie Harris. Ms. Qua is from Memphis like me, and I also reside in Atlanta. A Memphis woman gonna make you stand on business every time. Qua clocked it with a smile.
She did.
Leah said Gizelle couldn't handle Candace or Monique head on. We got Mia Go 46. Ms. Quad definitely bred her for Phil. Gazelle, be nice. Couldn't handle that Mississippi buffet, Miss Quad. Sir. Miss Powell said bob and weave, Claudia. Bob and weave as you are dodging stuff as you're filming another show. Okay. We got Miss Chocolate Diva. Wait, which angel is Carlos talking about? Is Quad's friend? Wait, which angel? Oh, same thing. Angel from Married to Medicine. Who? Angel Love.
Oh shit! I've been sitting here this whole fucking night thinking you was talking about Angel Massey.
No, Angel Love. She said basketball wives.
From basketball wives.
Yes,
I knew. I just thought you were saying. Yeah, but I thought you were saying that Quad was friends with Angel Massey, and based on the way that Gizelle had been, because I knew she was friends with Angel from Medicine. I thought you were talking about a relationship between her and Angel Massey, which would have explained so much of the energy, you know. Well, okay.
No, I was saying, okay, so to be clear, I was saying Quad was defending her friend Angel Love because when Gizelle said they're recycling and rummaging whatever.
Oh, okay.
He was defending her friend Angel Love, who's a cast member on this season of Married to Medicine.
It makes perfect sense.
So I'm glad you asked that question. Okay. Leah, again, it's horrible how Gizelle reacted to Angel crying. This season has not been fun. It's all about a target. Carlos, I hope Candace listens to you and comes back. I do too.
That was a great interview. That was a really good interview.
Thank you. Thank you. I'm dropping one tomorrow, guys, at 12 o'clock Eastern.
When do you sleep?
Who's on it, Carlos? Who's on it?
You know what? Because it's MLK Day, I'm going to spoil it for y'all. So, Raindrops, tomorrow, I'm dropping Iyanla Vanzant.
Yeah.
Oh, my God.
Yeah, Los.
My team is like, really, Carlos? Because 6,200 people showed up tonight.
Nice.
So tomorrow, Iyanla Vanzant, 12 o'clock Eastern, a 101. And when I say to you,
I like her.
I love Iyanla.
She was dope.
That's right there.
That's my kind of carrying on. The way she used to be tearing people ass up on that show. I love Iyanla Vanzant.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
We had 6,300. My team is texting me. I was 100. Okay. Okay, Mia Go, Carlos, you have made all of us Raindrops such good producers. I believe that it was a producer, an Angel, that made up the story to come to us the bullshit of the fourth season. I love the Raindrops.
Old lady gangs in the house.
Yo.
I love y'all. So we got Sarah Osandu from London, Sydney Love from London. Despite the time difference, I wanted to tune in a bit to see the Fantastic Four. Fantastic commentary.
What's up,
Thank you.
Thank you.
We got CC Black here from the Blue Crew. Love y'all. Blue clothes.
I tell them all the time to come join us, so I'm happy they're here. Love y'all.
Here. Okay. Miss Powell, why is she here? Like, why is she here? She run it. Dustin, you see Wendy had that jacket on.
They're referring to Wendy wearing that jacket on her shoulders, like I said in season 5 when she was being mean to Monique, and she did have that jacket on the same way on that PJ when she was popping her shit. You couldn't even say, "We're gonna send you an Uber to get you." She was doing that fight.
That's a little messy cake. Put it on like that. Messy cake. Because you just feel like a little more. Like it's a cunty thing to put it on. Like you can put it through your arms through it, but no, you're like
it's Miranda from Never Wears Prada. It's very Meryl Streep, yeah.
Yes.
But it's the fact that they see that Dustin, these are your people, okay? These are the Dustin style. I can't with those. That is funny. That's actually funny. Okay, Mrs. Hartman, Angel didn't ever stand on business. Period. You will respect me. Stand in that respect will be earned. Ask Stacy.
No, that's right, Mrs. Hartman.
Miss Paul is okay, Miss Paul. Let's not forget the first lie when Angel denied saying she was going to chin check K. Okay.
There's a lot of lies, guys. There's a lot of lies for those who are there's a lot of lies.
Girls don't respect you, Angel, because you have lied before. Okay. So
a few times.
And sometimes like we see what we see, but there might be a lot of other annoying stuff that's been happening to build up to why they're that level of meanness. It is still a bit much. But there's by the time you guys see it, probably 10 other things happen that didn't make the cut. They're like, look, this bitch is doing too much. I'm sick of her.
That's true.
Who knows?
Yeah. We got Mickey 379. Angel was too busy trying to recite her pre-rehearsed memorized apology instead of cussing Jizzy out and kicking her off the PJ. Kicking somebody off the PJ would have been iconic. FYI, Angel.
Yeah. Would have been a meme, everything.
Baby, you would have won.
Songs.
Hey.
You're on a private jet. I'd rather wash my butt and have water than be on a private jet. I said she got a point.
I'd have been like, well, Gizelle, you're grounded.
Oh, that would have been it. That would have been it. That would have been
good. That would have been good. She run into Monique and Ashley telling Angel she just needs to be more open and vulnerable when Angel shows no vulnerability and ain't open about shit, and that's okay. Awakened Soul Vibe said Gizelle is such night of the bunch.
Agreed.
Amin in the city said, but Gizelle doesn't live the Four Seasons life with the house and fashion she has. She isn't the poster child of luxury living. None of them are, but Angel. Okay. Precious T said Angel should have flew that PJ straight to Potomac. Brianna Comarty said, I disagree. I think Angel was happy to put Gizelle and Ashley in a small room like they all do, but didn't want the terrible accommodations. Muddy Dot 4992 says KK needs to go, and Ashley and Tia let Angel have another chance, and Jazzy can keep being a friend. She does her own thing at least.
I disagree. Y'all seen them pictures Kiana posted yesterday? Looking like Diana Ross and them when that Marc Jacobs looked straight from the runway.
Yeah.
Baby, please.
Gorgeous.
Be on TV.
Candace Kid Learning said the 2026 live is everything. Love you all. We love you too. Thank you, ABCDEFGH 2000 Able.
Spelling bee, you gotta know how to read to go on the spelling bee. Appreciate you.
Okay. R.L. Robinson said, out of respect to the marriage, she should consult with her husband.
You probably divorced.
Now, Dustin, wait a minute. The audience catches strays.
Okay. Precious T.
Everybody can get it, apparently. Everybody can get
all
it.
that moral grandstanding bullshit. I don't want to hear it. You know what I'm saying? Like
violence, all 2026. Welcome to
I can't.
Demon time.
Precious T said Angel is on the wrong show.
She needs to be on what is it, Claudia? The
Mercurial Mountain. This fall on A&E.
What are you gonna do?
A&E.
A&E. Wait a minute, Claudia. Wrong network.
A&E. Follow us on a journey as we watch 5 semi-boring women in the mountains as they hike, fly fish, and croquet.
The History Channel, Claudia.
I'm
Well,
pissing the pot.
Yes.
look, I would be tuning in too.
Follow us as
I
they
want
do
to see it.
people that disrespect the hell out of them, and they talk about them later in the confessionals. Amazing. This fall on A&E.
Vicky Taylor, 7816, projecting the only change is Monique's hair.
Oh, wow. Well.
This chocolate diva. I do not understand why they won't cuss her the fuck out. Hashtag Dustin style.
Thank you, Miss Chocolate Diva. Okay, and your name that for a reason. I know that's right.
We got Madita 4992. They are codependent. You don't need to discuss on camera who is with the kids. He knows she is working. Gizelle has no one to play and is bored. Men's. Okay. We got she running 2 again. Monique needs to understand what was unhealthy and unhappy for her is an issue for every woman. There are different dynamics in marriage.
I agree.
Okay, thank you. Only Rashida. We got Saturian. Seems like Gizelle is replacing her lack of release in her personal life with Angel on the show.
Release? Okay. Wow.
Y'all are so messy. We got Ben Fly 1986. Wendy or Pam only had 200. Y'all.
Oh, wow.
Y'all are messy. Wendy only had $250 left on what? Be nice.
On one of those credit cards to buy Cam.
Claudia.
No, they paid $4.99. And listen, everybody needs their coins these days. So. I know. You said it. Do y'all want me to get her or not?
Ben Fly.
I got the vote. So I can be ghetto, right?
Y'all ready?
They already voted. Be ghetto. They already voted.
I'm so confused how y'all want me to be here.
Thank you, Ben Fly. Lord Jesus. Oh, Lord. Isis 6CB says, Angel telling Kay she doesn't want to go back to Maryland was telling.
She don't live there.
Okay.
Love don't live there anymore.
Oh, I'm going to read this one. Precious I92. Any thoughts on Mauricio?
Yes.
Mauricio was, being Mauricio.
Gizelle was cock blocking Ashley Darby. There's no loyalty with that lady. My God, today. Like If Mauricio wants to sit on the housewife, then let him sit on the housewife, child.
First of all, fuck all that. Mauricio is still married to Kyle, and Kyle been on the housewives too long for any of them to be playing with her husband like that. The way that they went too far to me. Personally, Kyle need to be calling. What's the area code? On the Potomac, she need to be calling out the Potomac, going off right now. She need to get up from underneath Morgan and going out there and call Potomac and go on and make them phone calls because they disrespected the fuck out of Kyle Richards on today. Ashley, Gizelle, Stacey don't really know Kyle like that, so that's whatever. But Ashley and Gizelle ought to be ashamed of themselves.
They were fighting over that white man.
Why were they saying that they heard he's single now? They're not getting a divorce, right?
Yeah, they are.
Yeah, they are.
They're separated. They've been separated for a while.
Yeah, and Morgan Kyle single.
They still co-parenting all them goddamn kids. They got a whole brood of daughters and shit. And then they have businesses and stuff. He's very much still in her life. And to me, that was very inappropriate. Because if that was mine, all of them would have had to see me.
Wait for the next BravoCon. We got to go next year.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about.
I think he was He too friendly. That's why I don't date friendly men. He too friendly.
Well, he's single.
And he's real friendly.
Yeah. Okay, the last super chat, I want each of y'all to answer this. This is from AJ Freckles. Who from other Housewives franchises could y'all see shaking up Potomac? Let's start with Claudia.
I think it's crazy that Kenya Moore's not on TV right now. And Kenya could hang with all of them.
Yeah.
And not even blink. It would be light work for her, I think. And I could see her in DC with like a politician, some really wealthy guy, DC's I like DC. If I leave Dallas, I'm moving to DC.
DC got money, Claudia. The money's long out there.
My brother and his wife just moved there, and their house, I'm like, why am I not here?
Really good hotel happy hours too. That's a good place. Single tip. That's a great place to go meet people. Like in DC,
Ain't it,
After
Carlos?
work hotel bars, like you put your shit on and go up there by yourself and be a mysterious, you know what to do.
Wait a minute, not you. What was
You know,
this?
you-
Be
You
mysterious.
know what to do. You know what to do. Yeah.
You agree with that, Carlos? That's a great city to date.
Ooh,
Yeah, no, DC. Listen, everybody knows I love black men. So DC.
the great brunch culture.
DC has.
Awesome. They got the men's there. Okay.
I will say, listen, I exclusively date gay black men. So,
Oh, that's amazing. I love
although
I think I have to.
no, Dustin, although Rob on Traders,
he looks so good. Oh my God.
But I'm gonna
That's
stick to
about it.
my brothers. But Rob on Traders is a whole other story for a whole other day. So raindrops, yes. So speaking of somebody who exclusively dates black gay men, I will say the men in DC are definitely top tier. I was in London and the DC boys were men. The DC men were there, and
If you want to find you an attractive man that got it going on, I highly recommend, if you want a black man, go down there during the Black Caucus weekend and get your entire life. Get your life. You'll be like, oh, that's where my husband was. Like it's a beautiful sight to see. I will be there this year.
It's smart people freaking. Oh, by the way, Angela Oakley is my answer. I want to say this. I would love Angela Oakley to teach the girls how to be rookies of the year the first time out because she killed it. I would love to see her in Potomac and shake things up. Yeah, I love her. Love her.
Elaine 2954. I see you.
all right, Blue, who would you like? Which housewife do you think could shake things up in Potomac?
Angela. I think Angela could shake things up.
Okay. Dustin.
Love her.
Ebony K. Williams. I think she would have done really well at Potomac. And also, like, I think a wild card for Potomac, Marlo Hampton. To be honest with you, I think Marlo Hampton could get in the mix. Marlo knows that whole like society world. You know what I'm saying? Like Marlo knows all of that. I think Marlo could do her thing on Potomac.
That's actually a good one.
That's a good one.
I actually, you know what? It's funny. I agree with Claudia. Kenya Moore not being on TV is
crazy.
Insane to me. Kenya can do any show. What would make sense to me, Dustin is right. I would choose Ebony K. Williams.
Yeah.
Ebony K. Williams has a footprint in DC already. She's a legal ego. She has a judge show. She could gather those girls. With ease. And she's poised and read and she's funny. So I would actually vote for
new mom. She's got a book, all that. That's a podcast with our friend here.
Yeah.
Maybe she could bring you as a friend with her to brunch with Angel and them.
Yeah, we could. So I could get cussed out. I heard that Mercurial.
She's not going to cuss you out to your face. She's going to do it in confessionals or DM. And then that's it. It's not going to be ever to you. So you won't have to worry about that.
Oh, it's all good. But yeah, I think those are my picks.
Yeah.
Ebony and Marlo. Which also, Carlos, the last episode of your Fashion Face Off was great. When Marlo had on the Roberto Cavalli.
My God, stunning.
That was great. Great episode. And I agree with everything y'all said. Stefan should have had on some different colored boots.
I know Marlo's right with that. So guys, me
Yeah.
and Marlo are recapping Fashion Web and Fashion Recap on Fashion Face Off, also on my Patreon. So check that out. We're dropping a new episode this week, so look out for that. Okay, there's one more, and we're gonna end after this. She Day Dunson 1793. How do you all feel about Nene's return to Bravo? Starting with Dustin.
Love to see it. I'm happy for Nene. We all know that that's where we discovered her. If they figured all that shit out, Nene said some crazy stuff and made some accusations that, if they're true, are really fucked up on the behalf of the network. I'm glad they worked it out. And so I know that's something that she seems to have really wanted. So I'm happy to see it. She was amazing on Bravo as a television personality. So why wouldn't we want to enjoy that? Also, Bethany ass was hating.
Yes.
Them fucking videos she made talking that shit, dressing. You could put lipstick on a pig. Bethany been hating. That's why Omarosa cussed her motherfucking ass out so smooth on that couch like that. And she got more coming because she was hating because Nene made it back to Bravo. And that's the one thing Bethany motherfucking ass couldn't do. So I just wanted to say that as well.
Okay. Blue Toulouse-Mud, how do you feel about Nene's return to Bravo?
Well, I'm happy Dustin did the Bethany thing for me because mine would have been less
Yeah,
articulate.
you can give her a little bit too, Blue.
Look,
She's been hating on some hater shit.
I think Omarosa broke something in Bethany's mind, and now every time she sees a Black woman who is successful and everything she's not, she gets triggered. I think she has PTSD. So yeah, I'm not surprised. Any Black woman with a damn pisses off Bethany Frankel, child. Get some help. I think Nene is to Bravo what Tiffany Pollard is to VH1. If there was a Mount Rushmore, those two are everything in my eyes. Kenya Moore also probably belongs in that. And so anytime those women get highlighted in any way in this kind of realm, I'm going to clap for it. And I hope whatever Nene got, that she doubled her price. I hope she's getting paid double, which she probably wanted because she made a lot of these franchises what they are today. These girls stand on her shoulders. So I'm happy she's back.
And Claudia Jordan.
I think it's great. The fans been wanting it for a very long time, and you know, you'd be a fool to not acknowledge her importance to Bravo, to the entire network, to Real Housewives. And I mean, that's the question that everyone always has whenever it's a new season. When a cast is announced, her name always gets brought up, and I think that's great. I think this is definitely it looks like the tracks are being laid to get her back on Housewives full time by just getting her on this the road trip, being featured, then increase it to more and more and more. That's what I think is going to happen. And this is a slow rollout to it. I do think that she might be back on maybe this season. Next season, the one after. I do think that I mean, if you're gonna like have this standoff for all these years and it's an absolute no, then bring her back like that. I would think they wouldn't waste her name recognition, her value to just make it be that a one and done. I think once they give the fans a taste of her back, they're going to be ravenous for more. They're going to be like, no, come on now, get our girl back. Like you made the hardest part is getting back in on their radar. Not that she was off their radar, but you know what I'm saying? Like getting back where someone would approve network, especially after, the lawsuit and all that, to even work with you again. So that's a major step. I think that was a major step.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I'll end by saying this. I mean, listen, obviously, one thing I always tell the girls is whatever it is that you want, always find a way to work your way to getting back to that. And I'm happy that she got everything she deserves, and she deserves more, in my opinion, in terms of like Nene Leakes, obviously, whether you like her or don't. I don't think there's one person breathing. You're a hater if you do feel this way. There's not one person breathing who would never give her credit for what she has done to the Real Housewives brand, right? Yeah. So when Bethany made the comment, I love Bethany. However, I even posted in the Shade Room comment, blue, 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 because again, it was sort of like, it was, and listen, I'll say this, I love to give I like to preach a little bit, right, Claudia? So I will say this, be very careful when somebody wants you to stay in misery with them.
Thank you.
Be very careful about people where you two felt a negative way about a person, a place, or a thing, and the other person decide to heal from it and is doing things that you aren't doing. Be careful when someone wants you to stay in misery with them. Misery does love company. Mm-hmm. And that's what I got from that. It was nice when we both were on this charge. Like, yeah. And then to see one person not only get the gig, but to see Nene on her own accord post on her own page the congratulatory message to the president of NBC Universal, to Andy, gave Portia Phaedra a shout out. It was nice to see that she also, did that. And I think it offended a lot of people who want her to stay in misery. But Nene is growing. And regardless of whether or not people thought what she did was right or wrong, we don't walk in her shoes, right? But what I will say is it would have been a big mistake not to have her back to celebrate 2 years of a franchise she helped build. And I want everybody who has ever been a part of that franchise to be celebrated, Claudia included. I want everybody who, I don't care if you was on there for one season or whatever, you know, to be a housewife is a difficult job in the reality business. It looks easy. It isn't. And not only should the cast be celebrated, I think every producer should be celebrated that has been a part of it, every camera person, every crew member, production companies. You all should be celebrated for 20 years of your work for that brand. So shout out to Nene Leakes. I'm so happy for her. Claude, is there anything you want to promote that you got going on this week or coming up?
Accidentally informed. Hold on. NAACP nominated. Accidentally informed.
Yeah.
Let me stop. And 11 Hip Hop on Wednesday. I don't know if I'm on this episode, but there's some stuff coming up. Like, I have really serious conversations with Rada about her relationship and also with Michael. And I want to say that thank you for all the people who reach out telling me how, like, you're a good friend. To me, that means the most of anything, like, on that storyline, like being seen as a girl's girl. And, you know, it was my pleasure to do it. Like, I'm definitely have your back when you're going through some stuff. And for her, it's not a story. It's actual real life. And I see what she has to really go through in real life. So give her some grace, y'all. She just had a baby and she's going through it. Because, look, I even gave Angel some grace tonight. So if I could do that, y'all can give Rada some.
Yeah. Blue, anything you got going on? Everybody watched your astrology romance chart and they want to know if the bookings are back open.
Look at this. I feel like, okay, so guys, the bookings are not back open, but if you go over to my Blue Centric YouTube, we do a thing called Blue Centric Live. And on Tuesdays, we do Tarot Tuesdays, where I do live energy readings on the spot. And a lot of people have said that the things that I have pulled cards on have come true. One lady we saw on the live that she was sleeping with somebody's husband. Child, was a lot. It was a fun time. But yeah, Blue Centric Live is where I'm going to be for the next couple of weeks because I'm taking time off from private bookings, but I still like doing the public ones with y'all because it's a good time. And Dustin, if you and Claudia have pull cards for y'all privately.
I was just gonna say, wouldn't it be dope if she did a light version on the show? I don't know. That could be kind of interesting.
Claudia, I pulled cards for you before, so Claudia and Carlos.
She read my birth chart live for the audience.
Yeah,
I would like to do that. You're awesome. Let's do it.
Claudia,
so Dustin, you're next. Dustin, we got you next.
I need all the help I can get. Shit, put the rocks in the window.
When can we do it? I'll stay on right now after whatever. I need some answers.
Claudia, please.
Claudia, what you?
Wait, TT, hold on 1 second. Hey, my love, TTQ6B6KE. I did read it, baby. It's not true. It's not true. All right, go ahead, Dustin.
What was the question?
The Chandrika question.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry.
Yup.
Yo. Also, Blue, when you finish, I'm sorry.
Yeah. Blue Centric Live on YouTube. That's where you can find me when I'm not here because I love y'all. Thank you for being my favorite new part of the year to Carlos and Dustin and Claudia because you guys understand when you're a straight shooter, you're not always safe because people feel away. So I feel really good to be amongst my own. This feels really nice.
Yeah, because we all shooting in this motherfucker.
Yeah, shooters.
That's what we do. So Wednesday, you can catch me. The Friend Zone is back with brand new episodes this week. Shout out to our beautiful audience who gave us the grace of giving us a 4-week break so we could get our bearings. Okay, but we are back this week. We got a huge slate of incredible new shows for y'all coming in the next couple months. And mark your calendars for New York City in March. I'm just gonna say that we got more information coming soon, but New York City in March.
I'll pull up. Let me know.
More coming soon. That's all. That's
and
it.
Then Carlos can tell us about the other New York stuff that we're waiting.
Yes, I'm working on a few things. So listen, I feel like announcing some things tonight, like I did with Iyanla. So my interview with Iyanla Vanzant, 101, we talk about her new show, Iyanla in the Fix. That's every Saturday on. We talk about DMX, the infamous episodes with him, and she said some very interesting things about what she predicted would happen that actually did happen. We talk about the episode with her and Hazel E. pop my.
Oh my God.
And she talks about women who emasculate men. We do talk about that. And she even said, and I quote, y'all ain't gonna like what I gotta say, but I'm gonna say it anyway. So I say all that to say we have a real conversation about a lot of stuff.
Y'all talk about Neffy, Keisha Cole's sister.
No, we didn't. We didn't.
Neffy is well, I ain't gonna say what she said. You know what she said. What I say.
But Iyanla gave straight talk. It was an honest conversation, and it's perfect for the new year because she also gave a lot of good advice. So check that out tomorrow, 12 o'clock on my YouTube. Like I said, tonight, after y'all leave here, go to Patreon, see me and Heavenly talk about Married to Medicine.
Yes.
This Friday, Dustin and I recapping The Traitors on Patreon as well. And look, there will be some more things on the horizon this year, that you get a chance to possibly see us in person. So,
and our TV show, right, Carlos?
Listen,
have y'all started picking up the set furniture yet? Because I got input on the table. Yeah. I feel like I'm gonna be on the end, so I want my end of the table to be, we'll talk about it.
Only can be shot from the left side because my right side is not as good. So
same girl. The left is it. I don't know what that's about.
Way better. Like, why is that though?
I don't know.
It's like this side's like, ugh.
And I want clear mugs too. I just want you to know.
Look and see the brown liquor.
No, this ice cubes and water. That's it on TV. You know what I'm saying? The brown liquor is in the green room. But yeah, can't wait for our TV show.
Yes, listen, I'm working on a lot of things. So guys, stay tuned.
He'd be so sick of us when we do this. He'd be like, yeah, anyways.
Fuck up.
Yeah,
anyways. I don't like to announce things until things happen, but always know, as y'all saw with Belle Collective Birmingham, I'm always working. I'm always working. I'm always figuring things out. I'm never not working, but so check that out. I love you, Claudia, Dustin, and
love y'all. Love you, ladies. Love you, Lowe's.
Bye, y'all. Great show.
Have a good one, y'all.
Bye, raindrops.
Bye.